just like that this week. And we're going to have y'all focus on that this week. Because this week, we're going to talk about your family a little bit. It's going to be a bunch of throat punches. It's going to hurt just a little bit. Everybody that can hear me, make sure you post where you're from. Make sure you give me the thumbs up if you're in the green room and you can hear me loud and clear. But we got to keep the brass knuckles up there for a minute. We got to let y'all know what it is this week because we're going to punch you in your throat all day today. But first, we're not even going to show my face because we're punching you in the throat. We're going to go straight to the graphics. We got to go straight to the graphics after this. Let's do that real quick. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? I always do that. Have you ever noticed that whenever I come on video, I'm like I just drank something? I ain't drink nothing. I just like doing it. I want to say, let me say a few things for the people who first time on this channel. My name is Ty. I'm a former Army combat photographer. The only one in the world with certified uppercuts with Canons, Nikons, Panasonics, every type of camera manufacturer you can think of. Blackmagics. I was going to sign back up just so I can take new cameras back out on the field and get more certified uppercuts. I'm joking. I don't really have certified uppercuts. That wouldn't be cool. The government would not be happy about that if I came on the internet talking about, stuff I did. So we ain't gonna talk about that. However, this channel right here is about content creators like yourself that want to get that bag. They want to get that money. They're tired of just hoping and wishing that things work out, and they want to learn the business side of content creation so that they can grow their business in a world that needs so much content. If you're on the sideline watching everybody else get that bag, it's only because you don't understand the business side. And right here, this is the place, this is where you come to learn how to get that money. And we're going to teach you what you need to know so that your business can become profitable. No get rich quick schemes, no pyramid schemes, no fluff, no BS on how you can make six figures overnight, but the tips, tools, and techniques that you need to understand to know how business works around you so that you can start to implement things that will make your business profitable. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We ain't got no sly, quick, how to get rich in 30 days. I'm not going to promise you six figures. I will promise you that I will teach you how to think about business and not just what to think in a way that will work in your area, your location, your niche. Whatever path you decide to take, I'm going to help you understand why it's not working and what you need to do to make that thing work. So I'm going to ask that if you're not a subscriber so far, you hit that subscribe button so that we can chop it up and we can talk about it. Today's sponsor of the day, we got to start with the sponsor of the day is us here at FlashFilm Academy. Why not? We got a gold membership over on the website that will help you stay connected with the community, other people just like yourself that's waiting to get on this mug. It's going to have a whole gold community so you can post and talk about things that will help you grow and things that will help you understand the business. We'll also give you access to lectures like these, all the full lectures and behind the scenes footage. You can join at gold.flashfilmacademy.com, or you can just join the free community. Listen, if you ain't got to pay $1, you can join the free part of the community and we can still chop it up and we can still do our thing. So feel free to go over to community.flashfilmacademy.com and let's talk. Let's chop it up. Let's go ahead and let's talk about this thing because I'm sure you got some questions. Real quick, with the first pick in the 2021 NBA draft, my Detroit Pistons has selected the guy I wanted him to select. That's all I'm going to say. And we're going to close out this ESPN window because I was waiting on that to pop up because I'm a sports fan. I like to win, and I want to make sure we do that. Make sure you guys post where you're from as we move forward with this thing, and hit that like button. And let's get right into it. I didn't give y'all enough for the new cats. The cats that's been here, that's been around, know what's up. Let me talk about this because a lot of people have been asking me about this, and I want to make sure I'm upfront and honest. This is a Oscar. Did I earn it? Yes and no. I didn't earn it in the traditional sense that people earn when they get Oscars, but I am a strong believer in making sure that you set your goals right out front of you. I am a filmmaker at heart, right? So I bought this to remind me of chasing my dreams. I bought this so I can practice my speech and how I want to hold it and who I want to thank when I get a real one. This is something that I purchased with my money to sit in front of me so that I can make sure I am in line with what I want in life. I got this from a professional actor who has been in blockbuster movies like Fast and the Furious and Transformers, who they bought one. And I'm like, damn, they are actually in movies and they are really close to getting one. And they bought one because that's their goal. And I'm like, here I am, a filmmaker who want one, and I have not had the opportunity to, I haven't done enough to make sure I chase my dreams. So this is something that I sit to remind me every day what my goals are. And I'm a filmmaker. I love FlashFilm Media. I love FlashFilm Academy, but at heart, I'm still a filmmaker. It's important that you get your dreams and you put them in front of you to remind you of what you need to do. It's a life-size one, heavyweight, come in a box. It's beautiful. I'm going to sit my real one right next to it. I don't want people thinking, Ty got an Oscar for what? Nope. I am just big about chasing my dreams, and you should do that with things that you find are important. If you got to put a picture of a Lamborghini in front of you to make you get up every day to do what you got to do, then do it. But make sure that it's an actual replica. It's not nobody's Oscar. I tried to buy somebody's Oscar, but like Lucille Ball Oscar was like ridiculously high, but it is a 1-to-1, 100% replica. There you go. Not only do I want to win one of those, I also want one of these. This is an Emmy for those who don't know. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, people are like, congratulations. I'm like, yeah, DHL delivered it on time. Those are things that as you start to work with mentors or those who are successful in life, they will tell you a lot of their, I don't say a lot of their purchases, but they purchase a lot of things. Tyrese Gibson is absolutely correct. That's where I got it from. They purchase things to help them take things to the next level, to stay focused, to visualize it, sometimes to hold it. They make purchases or they invest in those things to help them go to the next level. I would highly encourage that you do the same. Whatever you have to do to motivate yourself, to get up, to push through, to take things to the next level. So, you know, I want to make sure that you see me doing it, you find a way to motivate yourself as well. And I got them back here so that you can see them. And I'm holding myself accountable because I have, you know, some movies, some shorts that I need to shoot and finish. And looking at this reminds me to not watch TV, but to go finish writing that script, go finish doing what I got to do. So let's talk about family, right? Let's talk about family. And what you need to understand about family as you go into this business. Those of you that are in the green room, I see y'all. I'll let you in as soon as we get right to that part. So sit tight. I know y'all ready to wrap. Family, it's extremely important that you understand one thing about family, right? One thing you got to understand about family. If you don't understand nothing, and this is going to take a level of maturity on your part. Remember how I said you need to be B2B? Not B2C, business to business, not business to consumer. Your family has a consumer, a customer, a person mindset. The advice that they give you will be based on customers. Remember, you don't want to take advice from areas that's not directly your beta client, the person you're looking to do business with. That's why beta clients are so important, because a lot of you guys take advice from people who are not in the area, that they're not the people that are going to buy from you, and they'll push you in directions and you'll go chasing the advice that you got from people who have it's no relevance to what you're doing. And because you don't know and you're so hungry for success, you go and do it. Don't do that. That's why I tell you to get a beta client. Whatever a beta client tell you is the truth. Whatever anybody else outside of that tell you, it's not of value to you. I appreciate it. I understand that family want to help you, and they're going to steer you in the wrong direction, but it's not out of spite. It's out of love. You have to be mature enough to thank them love them for it, appreciate that, but just slide it and put it in the trash can. They really want to help you. And there is nothing, they really want to help you. There's nothing wrong with that, the fact that they're trying to give you advice, because they're trying to help you to the best of their ability. Unfortunately, their ability is not that of my target audience. And my target audience word is gold. So you want to make sure, that's why I tell you to get a beta client, because you got nobody else in your life that's giving you the true keys to success within that niche. And if your niche is everybody, and some people are like, I like it over here, I like it over there, I like it, you're going to be everywhere doing everything. So you need to slim it down. Another great question I got was, a lot of people say, well, Ty, you have multiple niches, you're in multiple places. Like, when I go to your website, it's not directed at one person. You're absolutely right. When you look at the success Coca-Cola has, it now has multiple brands, but it started with one. So I'm telling you guys who are starting to start with one. And then you'll get to the point where you'll have two or three. I am at the point where I can market for 3 different industries and have multiple sales pages designed to market those 3 different niches. And I can afford to market those without a problem. If you're getting started and you're like, what is marketing? The last thing I want you to do is to have multiple areas to try to market at once. For 2 reasons. 1, it's harder to do. 2, it's more expensive. And you'll get better results by picking one and pushing everything into that basket and marketing that one thing. From there, you will grow, right? I'm not saying you need to only do one thing. I'm saying you need to market and appeal to one client. You will get the money from that to grow and do other things. As I did, I started in just corporate photography, like event photography. Why? That wasn't my true passion. I just knew I could do it because I did it in the military and I was really good at it. So I started there. From there, I branched off to event videography. From event videography, I branched off to doing more testimonials and then brand stories. Well, why, Ty? Because at events, we captured a lot of testimonials. Companies usually hire speakers to speak on their behalf, and that was already great footage to use in telling the company's brand story. So I was able to take one client and then sell them multiple items. And because my niches all are within a timeline of each other, no matter where I bring you in at, I can always offer you my other services. I don't care if you hire me to do testimonials for your business. At some point, you're going to want to do a brand story. At some point, you're probably going to have an event. So they all play off each other. So I can advertise to a client and capture their information and get to know them once, and then get 5 purchases from that client, or they become a lifelong client. So that was the goal with my company and my brand. And you may look at it and be like, well, you kind of a little, that is why I am just a little bit further along. And I am where Coca-Cola is, where they have multiple brands to do multiple things. However, if they had to go back and do it all over again and start in 2021, they would just release Coca-Cola. One bottle, one size, one formula, one marketing. So that's what I'm telling you guys to do. And trust me, when you get to the point where your brand is bringing in a great amount of revenue, then you can say, okay, no problem. We can also do this brand and put $2,000-$3,000 into marketing per month for that brand, and put $2,000-$3,000 a month into this brand, and we're not missing a meal. When you get to that point, absolutely. So let me go back to talking about family, because family is really, 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 really big. They're going to have a lot of opinions. And you've been listening to their opinions on life, but business is completely different. And you have to look at the fact that your family, probably, they're going to be a lot of 9-to-5ers, right? And they're going to have ideas and things that they have heard to help in business. And it's never useful, right? It's never useful because they just haven't experienced it. And they may not have experienced it in a modern time. They may not have experienced what you've experienced. They may say, oh, well, you just need to go print out flyers and you need to go. It don't work like that. Like, we're not in the 70s, we're not in the 80s where you can dominate your area with flyers. You need to dominate your area with marketing, right? You just need some SEO. Well, SEO is different depending on who your target audience is. That's why I never trust marketing companies that don't evaluate who you are before they offer marketing. Because what works for one company may not work for the next. That's why there's no one size fit all marketing company. And you have to be careful because, like I said before, and I said it in my disclaimer, a lot of companies, let me tell you how marketing companies play you. Let me take a drink of water and I'm going to tell you how they play you. Being a new company like yourself, this is how a lot of guys play you, especially if you are a new business. They're gonna play you real good. Marketing companies they're going to hinge their ability to be successful off of one factor: traffic, period. Because everything else they can blame on you. So marketing companies that want to take advantage of the new guy will say, we can get people to your website. We're going to get you whatever 1,000 people per month. And you are like, bet, that's what I need. I want to pay for it. Perfect. It's going to be $1,000 a month. And you bring me 1,000 people at that's $1 a customer. That makes so much sense. Yes, that's cheap. Because if I can get 5 customers and I'm charging $2,000, this is the math they'll use on you. If you can get 5 customers and charge $2,000 a customer, that's $10,000. It's only costing you $1,000 to make $10,000. Don't work like that. Let me tell you what they're going to do. They're going to bring you traffic by any means necessary. I can list your company under photography in general and bring you 1,000 people. That is just one part of the process of the funnel. Great marketing companies will be responsible for the complete funnel. Great marketing companies will say, hey, let me tell you what the fake guys are doing first, and then we'll get to what the great ones. The fake guys are going to just put you up under anything that's getting they're going to look at what's getting traffic. Oh, people are searching for Sony cameras. They care about photography. We're going to make sure we put you under anything we can to bring traffic to your website. Because if your stats show 1,000 people, I've done my job. And the rest is on you. Oh man, you got to keep doing it for a few months, buddy. You got to really keep doing it for a few months so that the traffic can come in, and then you can, oh man, I see that you got 10 phone calls and you didn't close any of them. In your mind, you're thinking, people called me want to see if I fix Panasonic cameras and stuff. Like, I wasn't nothing good. We did our part. You just keep working on your side and keep paying us. We'll keep bringing you traffic. And as a business owner, as a new business owner, you're thinking, okay, cool. I mean, I'm getting traffic. It must be something I'm doing. That's how they get you. That's how they sell marketing to you. That's how they sell marketing on social media. I can get you on the front page of Google. Yeah, under what though? Can you get me under the front page of Google on best video production company in the area? Or can you just get me on the front page of Google under video production companies that shoot the color blue? Who's searching for that, fam? 8 people last year? They promised you they got you on the first page of Google. They didn't say where. Because when you challenge them and say, I want to come up under, if you say something like photography, they'll be like, nah, we can't do it. It's just, it's such a competitive keyword. But they can get you to come up on some keyword nobody searches for because it's not competitive. They will assume that you do your work. Like, you have to go and look and see what are valuable keyword. You don't know because you hired them and they know that. Now, let me tell you what a really good marketing company is going to do. They're going to do everything from understanding who is your target audience, who buys what you got to sell, where are they at, where are they looking. So let's make sure you're there. And then when they come to your website, let's make sure that your niche understand this is what you do. You have proof. You have testimonials. You have everything on your page to make that person want to contact you. In fact, it's easy for them to contact you. One click button, or they can fill out a form. We want to make sure this form is asking the right questions so that you can get the ammunition you need to then call them back and close the deal. The only part that should be on your lap is your ability to close a deal. Now, that's not with people who calling you about, do you fix Panasonics? No. But if they're not in the whole complete process of all of that, then you're going to have a problem. And marketing companies like to sell you a piece of the solution. and not the whole solution. So that's how marketing companies get new businesses. They should be a part of your website design. They should be a part of your copyright. They should be a part of the colors of the buttons on your website. If they're not talking about that, if they're not looking at where the placement is, if they're not saying this is not enough text or this type of text don't speak to your target audience, they are not true marketers. So be mindful of that. And they will set it up to appear that way. A lot of them do. They make it feel real personal. They make it really feel like they're looking over your website and they care. And, they always look for things wrong on your website and then get you on some call or something and say, you got to move this here and you got to move that there. And that'll increase it. And you feel like, oh, they care. They're special. But the truth is they should be bringing you a whole complete game plan. And if they have never worked with your target audience, how will they know? How will they know? They won't. But they're not going to tell you that. They want your money because it's going to be a big check for very little work that is subscription based. They're going to just tweak stuff and they're going to set up your pay-per-click once, go and remove a few keywords, add a few keywords every month and keep charging you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. That's how marketing companies make money. And right now with the big Ty Lopez thing that's going on and be a marketer from home, they're teaching people how to do just that, to be half con artist, half marketer. So that's why I personally, and like I said, I'm not saying it, unless you hear it come out of my mouth and I post it and say it, I like hiring marketers on companies like Upwork or Fiverr, right? Because they're paid one time. And if they want to get more money from me, it needs to work. It needs to work. It needs to set me up on the way to start funneling the right people in. They're not saying we need 6 months to do this. Not for me, Jack. You need to put me on the path right now. Help me take off and I'll hire you to help me land this plane. So those are things, this is just my opinion. This ain't the law of the land. This is not the golden standard. That's just what's been successful for me. And I've had $6,000 a month marketing companies. I know the difference between a $6,000 a month marketing company and a $1,000 a month marketing company. I know the difference between a company that has a video team, a graphic team, copywriters. They have a brainstorming session on how to take your brand to the next level. And they come back with complete ideas from A to Z and not just more traffic, but complete redesigns of how certain aspects of your site work because they've done the research to see that this target audience responds better to this than that. That's the difference between really good marketing. It's a complete solution to the point that you're getting hot leads on your phone. As soon as they get through or forms, they're hot leads. So that's really important when you start thinking about marketing. So going back to the main topic at hand, it's extremely important that when you do talk to family and they're giving you advice on how to market your company, how to build it, go get a building, go do this, that, and the other, you're taking it with a grain of salt. But you're appreciating the fact that they are willing and want to share and help you be successful. It's kind of like for giving me nothing, I got to still show you love and appreciation. But you have to know that that information, in most cases, 95% of the times, will not be of value to you. Your beta client is going to be better than family. Your beta client is so important. Beta clients are so important. Where's it at, guys? Let me post it on here because I'm getting messages. Your beta client, there you go. Your beta client is so important. They are going to give you $1 million worth of game. That's why giving them something for free shouldn't even be, here you go, because they are going to tell you how to win. My beta clients changed my life. Like I said, I'm still cool with them. I still thank them. What can I shoot for you guys? Because it was your information that helped me sell tons of this product to other people. They are your research and development team. So keep that in mind. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to a sponsor and then we're going to come back and bring everybody on. Let's do that. We're going to bring everybody on. so that we can chop it up with the gold members that's standing by and ready. If you ain't a gold member, there you go. That's standing by and ready, and we're gonna chop it up. So let's do that, and let's roll that real quick. The process of making a decision. This course teaches you how to create a commercial for your brand, providing a first impression that will help you 10x your ability to land clients. Remember, if you can't effectively tell your story, clients won't hire you to effectively tell their story. Create a demo reel that sells the client before you even speak to them. Go ahead, click the link. Let's get started. Dang, y'all say I got no audio from that. My bad. Okay, well, we're going to move on. Shout out to Clearly Canadian that made a comeback. I don't know about these. I don't see if y'all know about these. So I can get. All my people in the Midwest know about the Clearly Canadians. They are the truth. I don't know if y'all know about them, but I love them. And they made a comeback. They went out of business and somebody bought them and brought them back. But let's bring everybody on the show real quick. Let's go ahead and bring everybody into this thing. All the gold members, y'all. What's going on, everybody? How y'all feeling today?
Great.
Amazing. I feel like I'm in the winner's circle right now. I've been watching you guys for so long. First live, man.
You are definitely in the winner's circle right now. Definitely in the winner's Anybody got? Let's start off by asking anybody: do they have any wins that they want to celebrate this week? Any wins? Any good wins? Go for it, brother. Go for it.
Okay, so I got a kind of. I'm in the UK, and anybody seen the community? Kind of like I've got a bit of history with this and everything, and I've been trying to build the business out of nothing, working on savings and stuff like that. Today, I delivered my first beta client, a restaurant. I delivered. Thank you very much.
I'm talking about.
And I delivered like a restaurant, 2 30-second restaurant videos for their breakfast and lunch things. And I'm going to chase up with them tomorrow and everything. Then on top of that, I actually got offered a full-time job.
Wow.
Yeah, I got offered a full-time job with a carpentry firm. So it's a joiners, building, construction. And he put an offer on the table, whereas I'd be like a one-man band for a small company to do all of them. I mean, he hasn't got anybody. He hasn't got anybody doing social media. He hasn't got anybody doing content creation. He hired a guy that didn't work out, and so he got rid of him. And so he's offered me the position, and I'm kind of, today I'm in a bit of kind of turmoil because I don't want to give up on my dream and all the kind of work I've put in, listening to Rodney, Jim, all of my heroes, Hot Rod over there, about building a kind of business and my own brand and everything. And I kind of wonder whether I should take the position and then kind of build my brand on the side while I actually can pay my bills and also grow my expertise and everything. So yeah, it's kind of a double-edged sword really, but it's definitely a win, and it's all from Ty and the stuff that he's taught and all of you guys. I mean, just it's been an excellent community to be part of, and I really appreciate it. So yeah, so I'm kind of in two minds right now.
I have the perfect solution for you.
What's that?
I have the perfect slow. Real quick though, what time is it over there?
It's 1:30.
Yeah, they're 5 hours ahead of us.
So big shout out for staying up late, hang out with us. Let me put that out there first.
I went to bed a bit early, and I just thought I want to be part of a live at some point, because like every time I walk the dog or I go out or anything like that, I've got your podcast on, and you know, I'm a little bit behind, but I'm trying to catch up and stuff. And I just listen to the gems, mate. I just listen to the gems, and
appreciate that.
Get it, man.
I appreciate that. So this is my answer. This is what I would do if I were you.
Mm-hmm.
I would walk up to the company and I would ask them to hire me as a contractor, hire my brand as a contractor. So
that is an option.
That's what
he's given me a 3-month. He said, do you want to go as a contractor for 3 months and see how it works out?
Yep.
Or do you want to go full time? But it's kind of like, if I go full time, I can actually plan out content for a longer period and actually kind of like really test out a lot of stuff, almost like I would be a paid beta,
right?
You know what I mean? So you know, it's kind of like if an external contractor is like, I want results straight away, and I don't kind of want to be that guy, you know, that's kind of like, all right, well,
I mean, but see, my thing is, as far as the work that you provide, what would change being a contractor versus being full time? Like the work you will provide is the same. If he hire you full time and he don't like your work, he's still going to fire you. He's still going to. In the meantime, if you're hired as a contractor and you don't like how he do business, you can fire him. It gives you more leverage, and it gives you the ability to work with others, because you don't want to limit your sources of income.
Okay. So what kind of, like, in a kind of short-term period, what kind of goals would you kind of suggest that can be achieved in a short period of time? So like if you said like, well, I'm going to go as a contractor for 3 months on the same kind of income that a full-time person would actually go. So it pays my bills, I have an income and stuff like that. But, you know, what kind of goals are achievable in that kind of time?
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't put a time limit on it. I would say, well, I'm an ongoing contractor. It's just like if somebody hired you from a staffing company. It's just, I'm not a part of your company. And we're just an ongoing thing. You may even offer them, you know, a subscription base. Hey, if you want to do a 12-month deal, I'll take a little less if you can lock it in for 12 months. But either way, you know, if he hired you as a full-time employee, I don't know why my focus is shifting. Oh, it's worried about my Oscar back here. If he hired you as a full-time employee, looks like a person was close. If he hired you as a full-time employee and he don't like you, the results are still the same. You know what I mean? Like there's not a change in you know, the results. Go for it, Jim.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with just doing a contract and then just letting him know that upon cancellation, maybe he just doesn't like it, that there has to be a 30, 60, or 90-day window that he has to give you notice on. That way you're not just thrown out into the weeds,
right,
and then you have to fend for yourself. But I mean, if you've already got your company established, I'd have him hire your organization, not just you personally. Have him hire you as Lab 23 Media, and then as part of the contract, you could just say, you know, hey, I know this is new to both of us. Let's leave it a little open-ended, but so that way you're not tied down to a 5-year agreement. Use a big number, big long agreement, and just say, you know, all we're going to do is put in like a 60-day written notice so that I have an idea, just like you would want to know if somebody wanted to cut ties with one another and just leave on a positive note.
Now, also take into consideration what's included with that full time. Is he offering like a 401k, a pension, like healthcare? Because if he is, the cost, the contractor cost would be a little bit above what he's going to pay you. because I'm not getting that. So I have to provide that for myself. So we're gonna factor that in. So if he was giving you $1,000 as an employee, my contracted cost would be $1,250, $1,300, something like that. It'll be a little bit more as a contractor, but a lot of times he's okay with that because he don't got to worry about it. He's like, I don't got to touch it. Cool, because of some of those things he can't write off and get a tax credit for. So he'll be more like, okay, and it allows him to have a easy split if he needs to, compared to having you as an employee. If something happened, if somebody trip over some equipment, he's not liable for it. Like, so it's just a lot of things that helps him that will benefit you, and I'll just take the cash for it. Like, I'll take the extra money, and you have the ability to not be there all day, every day, sitting around bored without a project where you can be out making more money somewhere else.
Yeah, I think it's basically the option that he's given me is like basically run his media. He has nothing. So he has like a construction company that he sees that there's a need for content, there's a need for marketing, and he has nothing. So he wants someone to do his look at his website, manage his website, like do social media, do video, do photograph, go to all his sites and kind of like capture all that stuff, come up with creative thing. And I'm just like, that's a lot. That you do realize that, that's normally a team of people that actually do that. So your expectations need to be, in line with that. But then my confidence, which is a main thing as content creators that we are, my confidence is like, I haven't actually had a paycheck from anything I've done since I left college and retrained and everything. I lost my job through COVID and all that kind of stuff. And I've just totally gone all in on this with my savings. And there's this fear of kind of like, I've got to start paying bills and stuff. And I don't know whether my content is actually there where I want it to be, where I can actually put it out as a high-end product. Right. Because, I want to do, I've done structure-based pricing in my proposals and stuff like that, but I've not actually like thrown it out there to actually test whether it works or whether it's receptive to a business clientele.
I think if you got that far with him, your answers are it's been answered, right? If you got that far where he trusts you with, he's giving you the keys to the Ferrari.
Okay,
you're there. But you want to make sure that you play long ball with that situation, because there may come a time and point where you're growing to the point where you can hire someone and say, all right, cover this. You know what I mean? That's how I used to do it. Cover this job, make sure the client has what they want. And when a team is needed, we can go do stuff. That's the goal, is to get to the point where you're not needed. You're a project manager. That's where you want to be eventually with clients like this that need everything. I would set, one thing I would definitely do is when working with this client, just like working with any client, you want to set the expectations. Don't just, because what they want to do is say, we're going to pay you this amount, and whatever we throw at you, we need you to do it. No, I don't want to do that. That is the full-time trap. That is the full-time trap. And they want to just give you a dollar amount and just say, we want you to worry about everything, and we want results from everything. Nope. This is what we're going to do for this amount. And because sometimes it may feel like, it may feel like a great situation until they wheel you in, and then you wake up and determine, you notice that you got to do everything. Like, I didn't agree to all of this. Well, you agreed to be our marketing department, and this is what I would have gave our marketing department. Everything. Congratulations. You now have 20 roles for the price of one for me. Thank you. So that is something I am very cautious of. And I've been there. Like, yeah, I want to get a check. Yeah, I want to make some money from this person or this company. And I get there and they just throw everything at me. And now I got way more stuff than I can manage. I don't even have profit margins to bring people in, and I'm stuck. Now I'm the bad guy because I got to say, hey, you can't do all of this. Like, and you have to set that expectation, because I mean, think about it. If they bring you in as a full-time employee and they send you out to 3 locations a day, 3 days a week, you'll blow your profit. You'll blow your money on just transportation.
Yeah.
You gotta set that. You gotta set that bar. Like, you gotta set
They
that.
didn't even think about a vehicle. They're like, I'd pay expensive for your petrol, but that's my vehicle that I've actually got to use to get there. And then the kit. I said, what kit have you got? I said, I've got like a Sony compact 4K. I'm like, what is that? I said, is it a Sony like 7S3? No, it's like just a. I'm like, okay, so that's what you bought for the content. And I'm like, I'm already kind of like thinking, what? And it's just,
Yeah, what they're gonna do is they're gonna get you sign off on it, agree to it, and they're gonna throw everything at you. You need to itemize it. You need to make sure that they are, because their expectations is, they want you to come and shoot Jurassic Park for the price of nothing. They're gonna just give you what they think is a lot or enough, and they're gonna just run you through the ringer. And they're gonna keep doing that, and they're gonna be like, "Be lucky we got consistent work," and it's not worth it. And you need to, for you to have the ability to. Employees can't bargain, right? Employees can't push back. Employees can't negotiate. They can't. Contractors can't. As an employee, they're like, you're lucky to have a job. As a contractor, you're like, look, I got other places I can go. These are our prices. Let's do X, Y, and Z. And if you want to add more of this, you want me to go out to 6 different places, cool. Go look, and this is what it costs for us to do it, and we'll love to do it. We'll bill you every month. But you don't want to put yourself in a position where they're running you to death for a set price. It is the worst thing you can do.
Just to bring it back to the topic of it, my mum, my family are fucking hype at me taking a full-time position. They are absolutely ecstatic because they know I haven't worked for everything. They just take it. And I'm kind of like sitting there go, but what I've learned is that what I'm doing is more value than what they're offering. But I've got you guys understand that, but I'm just getting so much pressure right now. Like, I got the offer today, and it's like I've never seen my mum so happy in like the last 18 months. It's been quite funny.
Because the previous generation was told to work a place for 60 years, get a gold watch, a retirement, and die, and go move off somewhere and just slowly watch the Home Shopping Network, the Matlock, and just go to sleep.
I didn't read the end of Jobs.
Right. They didn't read End of Jobs. You're absolutely right. The newer generation is like, nah, that's not going to work for me. So you have to, they mean nothing but the best for you. However, it's not always what's best for you. And in this industry, it's not always the best route.
Because we're there, aren't we? We're like that at the moment, because all I ever is everybody I speak to is like, we want more content, we want more content. It's like a drug. Yep. They need it to actually survive. And I have to keep reminding myself of that. And it's only through Michael's on here as well. I love Michael and Hot Rod's in there and everything. You guys understand it, you get it. And it's very hard when you're kind of sitting here on your own and you kind of like deliberating these kind of things and actually like bouncing them off. But you give me some food for thought, definitely.
Alex, did you have something you want to add? My bad. Did you have to go for
it? Yeah, it's funny that you say that about you're not an employee and you can push back. I got a situation, and this is something that I think, I'm sorry, the new, I can't see it. I got to look at my screen. Lab 23 Media. What's your name?
Liam.
It's something that I'm experiencing now. I'm Alex, by the way. I'm experiencing now that you're going to encounter, but you're in a much better position as a contractor than as an employee. Because an employee, like Ty said, the attitude is you're lucky to have a job. To go back to your desk and stay in your lane if you know what's good for you. Whereas when you're a contractor, it says in the contract, I don't work for you. I work for me and I work with you. On that note, I'm definitely going to need Ty's gems here because evidently those contract packs that you give us, Ty, they ruffle a few feathers.
They
They're
should.
aggressive and they're good. They're aggressive on our end,
Yeah,
which is
they
fine. And I'm happy to if you're pushing back on my contract, that means it's a good contract. That's how I see it. Because if it wasn't, you'd be like, yeah, I'll sign it, whatever. So basically, just to give you a little bit of background, I shot for this. It was one of my first major production jobs. It's for a national kickboxing franchise, and it was a 3-day shoot over the weekend. And I was told by one of the people who she runs one of the franchises, but this was for corporate, that she has some sway with corporate, and she can try to get me in there, but I have to be really, really easy on the price. Now we've all been there, you know what I'm saying? We've all want to get that job. We all, So I basically gave him license to string me up to a tree and whip me. That's basically what I did because I he's shaking his head. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. They got like the no frills discount, and it wound up burning me because they always underdescribe what has to happen. Oh, we just need to do some sales training. So I'm thinking tripod, set up, rolling, cut. All right. You know what I'm saying? That's it. And man, she had this outline that I thought I was back in like college. I had to like take notes on this outline and then label every single module based on what she was saying for 7 hours of talking.
Yep.
And basically label it, put the name of the module, what she's talking about. And I'm sitting there thinking, this is just like, and I'm like trying to get fancy 2 cameras and cutting here and there. Man, when I realized the rubble I was underneath, the mound of rubble I was underneath, the woman told me, like, she was like, I need this by the end of the month. And I start to pull it apart and I see all that's going on. I was like, yo, I'm in trouble, dude. I'm in trouble. So what I wound up having to do, even though I took a bath on this job and I already got burnt, just because so I can keep my reputation and my name and the fact that I made these promises, I went and I paid this group over on Fiverr to basically edit 60 hours worth of editing for me. Cost me about $1,500 just so I could say the project's done. Leave me alone. So that part's done. She had a creative director at the time who wanted me to do all this extra stuff on a Sunday. I'm trying to impress him. So I paid my video guy, ate that cost, had him run through. He shot this with a Sony. This guy, one thing about this guy, he's the guy you bring in to impress clients. He comes in with this cart with like $90,000 worth of lenses on it, a 19-inch monitor, all the lighting you could think of, FX6. It's like B&H Photo comes into this place. You know what I'm saying? And the guy went to a film school. I thought I had some gear. I don't have anything compared to him. So I brought him in. They loved him. They liked the way he shoots and everything. Cool. So they told me they wanted 2 commercials. Now a new creative director comes in. They got rid of that last one because she was a problem. And this one's saying, well, I haven't seen anything. I'd like to see the raw footage. I said, well, yeah, certainly. You can see the raw footage for a price. And they're like, what is our contract? I said, our contract says nothing about raw footage. You came to me for finished content, and I produced it for you. If you want raw footage, there's a price for that. And it's $2,000 per day I shot because I'm not taking any more baths. Yep. That's my price, $2,000 per day. If you want all 3 days, give me $6,000. That's the way it works. Yep. So anyway, I sent her your contract, said if you want to. I gave her a sample commercial, just enough to let her know this is some hot stuff. And I kind of wanted to buy the raw footage. I don't want to be bothered anymore. Take it, but you're gonna pay me for it. So I sent her the contract. She sends me back something last night and says, Alex, we can't agree to the terms of this contract. I'd like to have a conversation with you. And I basically told her we can have a conversation, but that contract's in place. I mentioned my attorneys. My attorneys put that contract in place to protect us. So we can have a discussion, but if it's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. That's basically what I said to her. Because I really, at this point, you would give me my $2,000, or the answer is no. And the only way, and I was thinking, I wanted to get your opinion on this. The only way we've considered just washing my hands of this and saying you can have it, leave me alone, it's yours. Give me 10 grand for that same thing I'm asking for 2 grand for. 10 grand and it's all yours. At $2,000, and I basically let you borrow it from me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you tell me what you think.
I think that's accurate. I mean, for what you're going through, yeah. That's why I'm very, 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 very cautious of clients that under describe things. That's why I am really big on pulling information out, because in their mind it's simple. We're just going to set up a camera. They're not thinking about everything that goes into filming. You know, they just don't think about it. They don't think about it, and I can't be mad at them anymore. I have to be mad at me for saying I should have asked more questions. That's why I'm really big on pulling this information out. And some clients get frustrated, and if you're frustrated with it, you know, that's not my problem, because I'm not about to walk into this war unprepared. I'm not about to walk into this thing thinking, you know, it's going to be a quick knife fight and then I show up in his tanks. It's not happening for me. So you kind of got to go through it with them and really ask deeper questions. You guys want a video? You know, somebody's teaching a class. Well, how long is the class? Do they currently have it written? Are they shooting off the cuff? Like, where are they getting this information from? Are we showing a screen? What are we showing? Are we only showing them? Are they walking around in the room? Are we panning, zooming and panning? Like, those things are very important, because clients will be like, oh, we just, you know, just set up a camera and just let it go. Okay, I'm gonna send you a wide shot. They got the whole wall. They can do whatever they want. Don't ask me to zoom in with nothing. So, you know, it sucks, but you got to protect yourself. The contracts are about protecting you.
So my question to you, I'm not trying to come off as confrontational with her.
Yeah.
And she's new and she's a nice lady. We have no problems. She doesn't know the history. She doesn't need to know. But I basically still got shredded wheat. I'm walking around with my, you know, in my pack of my pants falling out the side, right? So my point is, what I'm saying is, I don't want to like come off like I got ripped off and this is my revenge. I don't want that to sound like that's not the case. It's just that I'm not conceding anything else to you all. And you know what? You would have to pay for this one way or the other either way. Raw footage never even came up when we discussed this. Right. Now, when this is over, the project is done. You know what? We could do a better job with with all that stuff. We have our own editing team. Let's get the raw footage. But you're not getting away. It's $2,000 or 10 grand. And you either way, but you're going to sign that contract if it's $2,000. But is there a way to present this and not sound like I'm being a jerk? Because that's really where I'm in my position at this point.
I'm gonna tell you two things. I'm gonna tell you what you should have did, and I'm gonna tell you what you should do. Because I hate when people just tell me what I should have did. I hate when people are like, I can look back and say that. Yeah, I should have swerved. The deer was there. So what you should have did, and this is why itemizing it. I never give a straight price. I'm never giving you we can do all of that straight price. I'm always itemizing it, because when I itemize it and you look at the fact that we say 1 hour of video production, 2-man crew, it don't say nothing about I can always go back and say, oh, you want to add that? We got that, but you didn't add that. So let's add that to the cost. I'm never giving a hard price. I never give a hard price, because the only person it hurts is you. They benefit from a higher price, because if they can give you a general statement and then think of other stuff they can add to it, that will just conveniently pop up later, you get screwed. That comes out of your profits, not theirs, not their pockets. But itemizing it makes sure it makes sure that they are hurting. Oh, you need that. Well, it was right here on the list. You guys didn't click it. So let's add that to the total. What you should do moving forward is make sure that, hey, this is what is covered with what you guys have. Make sure you're clear on what they have for that price. However, if you want to add things to it, here's the list for other things. When I say other things, that includes more revisions, that includes other versions, other edits, raw footage, everything. You give them a price list of everything. Hey, and I always present it like this. Hey, in case you guys got meetings somewhere you want to go and discuss it with your team and add more, here's a list of what more we have to offer. It's not on that list. Let me know. I'll get you guys a price. Don't go in and say, let's negotiate. Let's figure it out. Nope. You can figure it out with this price list over here. Y'all can talk. I don't got nothing else to say about it. And then when you figure it out, you can bring that back to me with what you want checked, and I'll provide you with the total. That's right there. I'll provide you with the invoice of what's at the bottom. Because you're not there's nothing to negotiate with me. You can negotiate with that price list, and you can get all you can afford. And I'll let you take the price up to $50,000. That's on you. I don't know what your pocket. I'm not here to tell you what it is. However, we gave you a discount on the base rate, and this is you got to be very specific. This is what you're getting. How long it's going to take? Yada yada yada. With the price that we quoted initially. Let me go back over that within our. This is what's provided. Now, if you want all this other stuff, here's a whole pricing list of other.
I learned that lesson. That structure-based pricing that's the bomb. What I'm saying is she wants to argue with me specifically, and I know what it is because I told her, make sure you get a good look at section 4 and 5 of that raw footage contract because it tells you what you can and you can't do with my stuff. And one of them, I know she's probably going to argue is
I'm going to tell you, never say no. Just give them a price for it. Yeah, I do that too. Here's the price. Never say no. Never say the contract doesn't state. You say, you want raw footage? Absolutely. Here's the cost for raw footage. I never tell a client no. The client is hey.
Basically, if she says, I don't want to sign a contract. Okay, if you don't want to sign a contract, that this current contract, and you want to own it and do whatever you want with it, it's going to be 10 grand.
I mean, this is the thing. Have you begin filming and you're already in the process? Contract?
No, I haven't.
You haven't? Okay.
I have all the stuff. It's the shoot's over. Now she's coming back to me for raw footage instead of saying, give me the finished commercials that we were promised. I gave her one and I said, listen, you mentioned raw footage. Before I start another commercial, edit. Do you want the raw footage or do you want me to do the commercial edit? Well, can you give us credit for the commercial, the edit? So you know me. Well, you know what I did? I said, sure. It's $60 now or 2 hours. You get $120 off. That's what I told her. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't going to be a high number. And then so then she's $1,880. Fine, I'll take $1,880 to lend you my stuff. But now she's saying, I don't want you to lend it to us. I don't want to sign this agreement. Because if you look at that raw footage contract you have, it basically says this is my stuff. And you have to ask me what you do with my stuff. Absolutely. And you can't alter my stuff. And I love it, but she doesn't love it. And that's what our discussion is going to be about next Thursday. The fact that she can't sign it as currently constituted.
Then we can't do business. We have to do. You got to do business on my terms, not your terms. You can't walk into Walmart and do business on your terms. Let me just get one slice of cheese out of here and put it back on this. No, you're gonna buy the whole pack of cheese. Or you're going to get on out of here. We're going to get them greeters that was real nice to greet you on out of here. Because that's what they do. Tommy asked a real good question. Appreciate the super chat. He said when shooting for a client that does a model sign and release for their biz or work for hire, I usually do a model release. So he's asking when you're shooting with a client, there's a reason why I do a model release instead of a work for hire release. I'm going to tell you why. If you ever plan to use that footage for stock footage sites or on your YouTube channel or anywhere else, they've agreed to allow you to use their likeness. Not that they showed up and work, because I can work for you and you can't put me on camera. You don't get permission to put me on camera. That's why a lot of times, if you know anybody that work for ESPN or those shows that just happen to show the camera guys waving, a lot of times they'll have to sign model releases. A lot of times, anybody that's on camera will have to sign a model release, even if they go and show the producer. And this is the producer's 50th anniversary on Monday Night Football. He's in the back. He's like, "Yeah, guys, he's got to sign a model release." They don't play because they're not gonna have anybody come back behind them and say, "Well, we didn't agree. I didn't agree to let you use me on." Nope, you agreed. You agreed. So this is another reason why, and going back to what you're going through. You got to structure that pricing because you take away all ability to negotiate with the client if it's not structured. You lose every time. You can't give them nothing. Everything has to add up. If it don't add up, they're going to try to pour something else in there. They're going to try to add something else. Just like your cart. If I say, well, it's $20 for everything you can fit in that cart, you're going to fit everything you can in that cart. You're not even going to try to fit a TV. Well, it's in the cart. It may be sticking out, but it's in the cart. Like, whoa, I said in the cart. Like, well, you didn't say it had to be below the line of the cart. We got a piece of it in the cart. Like, what? So you have to be very specific, because businesses, you dealing with, that's why I say business is war. People are in the business of making a profit, and they do that by lowering cost. And if negotiating with you allow them to get something from you that will give them more of a profit margin, that is what they will do. And you can't be mad at them. It's just, it's like getting mad because you're getting shot at in the middle of a war. Like, it's war. Even on Christmas Day, they gonna throw some lead your way. It's just war. Even if you trip and fall, they ain't gonna say get back up, and then we're gonna start back shooting. You getting that work. So it's the same thing. You have to protect yourself. You have to protect yourself. Jerome said, this is the whole reason I stopped doing video 10 years ago. I wish I had this information back in the day. Yeah. And people will take advantage of you. They will take advantage of you. Hey, Ty, with the beta agreement, good question. With the beta agreement, any other contracts along with that agreement? So the beta agreement is a little bit different. I tell people to practice with contracts with your beta client. Have them go through the same technique you would a regular client, just in case things go south. But remember, with a beta client, the goal is the friendship. You want to develop that relationship, because they're going to have to tell you some stuff that they only tell their friends to help you be successful. And you don't want to burn that relationship, because I don't care if they're not talking to you, if they're not communicating with you, if they're not saying, hey, this works, this didn't work, our numbers are up, this is blah, blah, blah. It's not worth it. I can shoot for anybody. I need to understand, how and why this is working. And if I don't understand that, I can't build a great product, and it's pointless for me to come shoot for you. So I got to end this relationship. So I can go shoot for anybody. So it's important that you have that open dialogue and you guys are having conversations about it, because it saves you time and money to understand what's successful with people who you're doing it for. Is coming back saying, hey, that works. Perfect. So that's why that relationship is important. And sometimes if, contracts can kind of interfere with that. Sometimes you have to be the judge of that. Like with my beta clients, we've used contracts. It hasn't been an issue, because they understand that I have their best intention in heart, and they get it. So I don't, they're true business people, who fully understand what I'm trying to do. And they want to see me succeed, because with my success comes their success. So as long as you're presenting that to your beta client, and they understand where I am successful, you are successful. I'm here to help you grow, and they truly believe and understand that, they will give you everything. They will fully support you. But you want to make sure that, pricing is it, man. Like, pricing is something that you have to have established. If you are figuring it out in front of them, they will get you. They will get you. So go in there. If you just like people, you ever have somebody, you in Walmart, and somebody like, this ain't got a price tag on it, so I guess it's free. They say something like that, or it's $3 and the real price is like $59.99. Like, people will, if it's not a price, right? If it's not on there, if it's not a sticker on there, even if the sticker is wrong, if it's, they can't even cover up the old price with the new price. People peeling it off, trying to get the best price. That's just who people are. Like, that's just what they want. They want more for less. And if they can get it, they're going to try to get it. You have to you got to be like, this is the cost. So with a service, with something that's not tangible, something that they can't, it's creative and they can't feel, or they're going to belittle it as much as possible. They're going to downplay it as much as possible. They're going to shrink it and make it seem like it's so easy that they ain't want to do it, but they paying you to do it. That you have to make sure you have boundaries, because if you don't, you will get hosed every time. So go for it.
I was going to say, so if you've got a beta client that doesn't actually promote the work that you produce for them, and they don't accept the options that you present to them about boosting social media posts and things like that, they just basically post it. They have a cheap social media manager that just puts a bunch of tags on it, and it doesn't perform. Does that, how do you know the value of your work and what it could do if you put those kind of things in place. But the thing is, their infrastructure doesn't know how to put those in place. I have offered it, but I do feel that, some of the free work that I've done just doesn't get out there. It doesn't get the ROI that it actually deserves. I mean, how do you kind of approach that? How do you kind of validate what you're doing?
That's a great question. I usually start by us determining whether or not this is going to be for a paid marketing plan or strictly organic. If it's strictly organic, then, that's not up for debate. I'm posting it. We're hoping that it does well on its own. I'm checking keywords. I may be going back and reposting it. We may be posting it multiple times in multiple places. If they've promised to have a paid promotion behind it and they're not holding up their part, we're not doing business. Period. Because how can you help me test this if you're not doing your part? Go for it, Jim.
I know we felt the same way, my partner and I, about some of the videos that we had actually produced, and we didn't feel they were gaining the traction that they felt that they deserved. So you're not alone on that, Liam. But what we decided to do, instead of just sitting and worrying about where we may have tripped and fallen, was going forward, we started asking our clients, what's your plan? What are you going to do with this when we get done with this? When we're done making this video, how are you going to let everybody know? Because I don't want to make a great video for you and you're going to be super happy with everything that we did. And then you're going to love the video and you're just going to, put it on your Facebook page so your family can see it? What's the plan? And that's where we actually partnered with a marketing company. So for us, we do strictly just video, but we can point people to a firm that we've partnered with that can handle that and do that for them and help them be successful in it. But I would try to nail down a few bullet point tips, ideas that will help your clients take it to that next level and let them know, don't just go throw your video up on YouTube, schedule it out. And same with Facebook. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm so excited. I got this. I can't wait to get it up. They run with algorithms. I mean, they've got an AI on YouTube. Give it time to do its job. Schedule it for a day or 2 or 3 days. That'll just help it gain traction and it'll make you look like a champ. So there's just take a little bit of time, research what's best, get some of those little hot tips together and tricks and get ready to share those with your clients, and you're gonna be freaking rocky.
We've posted on multiple platforms at once. So we scheduled it for TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube to all premiere at the same time. But
you took over their scheduling, you took over their management of it, because that's the thing that's kind of like a little bit separate. It's like I've said I'm still trying to find someone on Fiverr that can actually do it with a bit of expertise, but it's kind of like they've got someone that is quite funny. The client said, "Oh, she's good and she's cheap." I said, "That doesn't always marry up." I said, "That doesn't always marry up," but I've emailed her and told her there's this content and you really need to push it and you maybe need to think about Facebook ads and stuff like that. And I had no feedback whatsoever. So
I would bring that to the attention of, listen, like, hey man, this is where our bottleneck is. This is what's preventing you from being successful. And as a beta client, that would prevent me from working with you in the future because it's slowing me down. Your lack of concern with this situation is preventing me from developing a product that works for you. You know what I mean? So because of that, you may lose out on me in doing this content for you. Go for it, Jim.
We actually, it's funny. My partner and I kind of fell into our beta client, and this is before I knew about Ty. We just got blessed with finding a beta client. It was somebody I just called up and I said, I just want to shoot videos for you. Okay, let us shoot some videos. And they're like, oh, heck yeah. So we started, and it's a beer company actually, and it ended up being a good deal because we kind of, and good and bad. Good to start because it gave us some funding. It was nice to have some money in the kitty every month knowing it was coming in. It allowed for us to stretch our legs, do some things creatively, kind of trip, fall, get back up, fall. But we had a little bit of money coming in every month. Now we're at a different level. We still have that beta client. We've never changed the price, to be honest. But we'll probably keep them just because they've been helpful. It's been nice. Sometimes they frustrate me, and some of those frustrations have led to areas of there's no such thing as all these re-edits. No, not going to happen. You're going to get like one. If you can't figure it out and get your poop in a group, you're going to get the second one and that's it, or you're going to get some more money, because we all got things to do. Just because maybe I think you should add a little bit more hops to this beer, you're not going to go redo everything just for me. Yeah, but you are in such a good, unique situation to be able to take advantage of getting a paycheck, spreading your wings, stretching your legs, getting out there, and just your business. The funny part is this beta client a year from now might be, dear Lord, why am I doing all this work for so little? Why am I, I've got like these other 6 people, but I've still got to do this for this guy over here because he's still paying me. And because we kind of feel that way sometimes, but we're still going to hang out with them. They're pretty cool. We enjoy them.
And you got to keep in mind that the information they provide is the most valuable asset from their beta client. It ain't the facility to shoot. It ain't the fact that they giving you footage for your website. Screw all of that. It's the information they provide you. It's understanding what they want and what people like them want, what the target audience like them want. It's understanding what are their pain points, what are they going through, are they spending more during a certain season than they are during other seasons? What does success look like for them? Because it may not be more people. It may be something completely different. And just understanding who this target audience is so that I can replicate this with other people just like them. So that's the most valuable thing. And other creators and other YouTubers are telling you, go out and get great footage, and the value that they offer is footage. Screw that. I can go and walk in any dentist office and say, hey, I want to give you some free video. Just let me film, and they'll let me do it. But getting the information from the beta client is the most important thing on the planet when it comes to working with anybody for free. What's in their head is more valuable to you than their facilities or the B-roll you can get for your portfolio. Because it's way more valuable to have the information so that you can know how to approach a new client and you know what their pain points are. It's way more valuable and will do way more for you than having a demo reel full of clips that you think they may think is cute. So you want to, that information is highly important. Make sure you capture that. Real quick, Mr. B asked a question that I missed earlier. He said, Ty, what if you need to add an item during the shoot? Do you just do the work and add it later, or send a new proposal on site to get them to sign? Okay. So on my proposal, there are checklist items. If they decide to add something later that is a checklist item on my proposal, remember, we're only taking the non-refundable retainer up front. The rest will be billed onto the final amount. And I usually, the way I cover myself is I usually send them, if they're standing right in front of me, I'll send them an email saying, hey, do you want to add this on? And when they reply with yes, I'll go back into the proposal and I'll check it. That way, we have it. That's what I usually do. Or you can resend them another proposal right then and there, but make sure you CYA all day. Cover yo, and the A word is whatever you want to put in there. That is, however you want.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. That's right.
Perfect.
There you go.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
That's my new meme song for the meme sound effect for the day. So yeah, you want to make sure you CYA, and all of the contracts is protected to help you, to cover you, to make sure you good, because nobody cares other than they don't care. They just want to get what they can get for the price that they can get, and they will use you and abuse you. It is an abusive relationship without a contract. So make sure you got a contract. I don't care where you get it from. If you want to go get it from the free website that everybody named Mama got, and that was written by a guy who know a guy that, they're going to slice through, go for it. If you got a lawyer, you want to pay a lawyer to write it, go for it. Just make sure you're solid. Make sure when you're standing in court and you look over at them, their lawyer is not laughing and giggling because you're like, this is about to be fun. I'm about to slice right through this cheese. right through this button. I've seen it happen. So you want to make sure you're good. But contracts for everything. Contracts for free work. If your mama wants you to shoot for her, make her sign a contract. Make her put a thumbprint on it too, just to make sure. I don't care who it is. Make sure they, make sure you are covered as a brand, as a business, because you are a target. You are a target. You got to know that as a business. The more I tell you guys to go get shirts and look like a company, in your mind, you like, I'm building it, I'm making it. It take one person to look at you and be like, they're worth millions. We're about to get them. There's plenty of people get sued because they look, for a person that's not in business, all they take is a clipboard with a sticker on it and a hat and a lanyard, and somebody think you're $1 million company knocking on their door or doing whatever. And they will try to take advantage of that. When you get a work van, and there's something that is in the upcoming course, it talks about how people drive really stupid around a work van. Really careless because they're passing all of these signs that say, we can sue them. I got $1 million because of truck, blah, blah, blah. And they look over at you and they're like, media company. Oh, let me swerve and let me brake check them. So, and you're trying to stop in this truck full of equipment. You'll get it. There's ways to protect yourself though. But it's, just something to be mindful of. Let me see. Are there any good production photography contracts? Yeah, it's a bunch of photography contracts on FlashFilm Academy. Commercial, real estate, everything. And listen, one thing, I want to say this because it's real important that I don't think it's in a book nowhere. And the thing I love about owning my company and the thing that you'll have to get comfortable with doing is telling people no. Walk. You gotta develop the ability to walk away from stuff. You have to. You're not used to doing it in a 9 to 5. You're used to doing what you're told. But with your company and your brand, you can tell people to kiss your ass and walk away. I do it all the time, fam. I do it all the time. You have to do it. You have to. Y'all, I know y'all got a bunch of them
Alex,
stories.
go first. Alex, go first. He beat me.
Listen, I think, listen, maybe it's my paranoia, Ty, but I thought you did a 1 minute over on me because I did a client story this week. And basically what I said, exactly what you said, kiss my asterisks. And it was for a good reason. I don't just normally throw that out, but this is the second time she's pulled this on me, where she tells me about a job that's going to happen this Saturday, and it's Tuesday. And basically, I need a bid. Can you give me a bid? So the first time she did it, I was brand new. I'm just, a phone call. This is beautiful. Yeah, what can you're like a dog under a buffet table. You get your first phone call, get all excited. So anyway, I gave her an estimate and everything the last time. And hey, what happened? I didn't hear back from you all. I rented gear. I'm waiting at my door. I'm like a puppy. What's going on? And she's like, oh, we went with somebody else. It was they were cheaper. I was like, okay. So then she did it again to me this week. The same situation. We have a 4-day shoot in Jersey, and it's on the Jersey Shore. We just want raw footage, and what can you do this for? So structure-based pricing. It's a whole different situation here, and it's going to be $2,000, for the raw footage. So anyway, I got 2 people on hold because this is supposed to be like this Saturday. So I got them on hold, like just hang tight. I'm gonna wrap this thing up. I got this deal. I never heard back from her. I said, yo, what's going on? And she sent me this thing saying, yeah, we went with another company. Like, oh, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. And then anyway, then she tells me how they were giving this and that and the other, and they were less expensive, and her management fee. So she's the middleman. So basically, she goes out and gets 4 or 5 bids and goes to the client. And I think it's a conflict of interest because she's trying to get the lowest bid so she can put her VIG in there. She doesn't care about what the client needs or wants. Just let me jack up you give it low and I give it high. So I sent her an email basically saying, listen, I'm about quality and reputation and cinematic solutions. If you're looking for the lowest bidder, don't call me again because I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be your lowest bidder, and I'd much rather not be involved. When people call me up and the first thing they think about is the price, I generally end the conversation abruptly. So I put that in the client, in the client stories, and I was like, and I felt good writing that letter, like, don't ever bother me again. I'm not doing any more 2-hour proposals for you. And then about 4 hours later, don't burn bridges with clients. I was like, that's got to be for me. That's got to be for me.
That was you put that on the Academy, didn't you, Alex?
Yeah, and the client.
Because I read that. I copied that because I'm like, that was a gem, man. I love that letter you responded with. I'm like,
I was pissed.
That's great.
I was pissed, but I said it professionally. My wife, I said, "Does that think?"
No, it was very eloquent.
She said,
"It's firm but fair."
Yeah, she said you could tell you're pissed. But would you be pissed after doing 4 hours worth of proposals, telling people, listen, we might have a job this weekend, and then they don't even send you an email saying, listen, we want somebody else. I had to go ask you.
I'm gonna tell you how to prevent that. With rush jobs, I need rush response. You got 24 hours to sign and pay your invoice. And if I don't hear from you, I'm just gonna assume you said no. So when I get calls like that Thursday night, hey, we need you Saturday. No problem. I'm gonna get the proposal over to you tonight. You got until 12 p.m. to pay the non-refundable deposit and sign all the documents. If I don't hear back from you, I can't do it.
Yeah,
because in that price there is a expedited fee. There is a fee on top of it because we're expedited.
Oh, you're the man. Yo, you're brilliant, man. Would you fall off another planet? I love this. There's a charge. No, for real. There's a charge if you take an extra breath every second half hour.
I mean, you last minute. Somebody got to pay for you being half-assed. Somebody got to pay for it. It ain't gonna be me. Why should I pay for it? You knew you needed this a month ago.
Yo, I love this, man. Yo, you a shark. I thought I was a shark. You a shark, man. You will find a way to upcharge anything. I love it.
Because let's think about it like this: you rushing around, you cutting, you gotta run. Like now, your days are like, oh, I'm cool. Now you like, oh, snap, we got to get this. That costs money. I'm not gonna raise as the old people say. I'm not about to raise my blood pressure, because somebody want to come in at the last minute.
Just real quick before Rod, I just got one thing quick. So if I tell you I'm a middleman and I'm an advertising agency and I'm looking for a bid, are you gonna just walk away from that, or are you gonna say I'll give you a bid? Because I'm just curious.
I'm gonna walk away from it.
Jim.
I'm gonna walk away from it.
That's what I'm saying. Jim.
What did I just walk into? Yeah, I'm walking away from it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just me. I got this new sound effect.
I don't need it. That's why I told her to get low. I just thought that thing was directed for me. When he said burning bridge, don't burn bridges. I'm like, yo, I'm burning this one.
Bridges you gotta set on fire. Some bridges you gotta put out. You gotta put gasoline on.
So you were talking about communication.
FBI, open up!
I'm giving away too much gems. I'm doing too much over here, but y'all getting the truth. Too much. I'm sorry, y'all. They looking for me. Go ahead, Jim. You want to jump in on it? Jim,
you were talking about communication before, and it's funny because last fall we actually had a contract with a client for a decent amount of money every month, but there was no communication. And we had a couple months left on the contract, and we just finally were like, I wonder what happened if we just didn't invoice them and didn't do any more video. And we just kind of let it go because we thought, well, we don't really know what to do because they're not really communicating. Now, it's a completely different story because we ended up meeting with some other organizations and they're like, you got to talk to this company. And we're like, oh my gosh, this person kind of scares me. I was honest because they never talked to me. They never communicated. We did work for them and I've never even seen them face to face. And finally, they actually came into our studio and sat down and talked in there. And I said, I just need communication. That's why we never. And she was fantastic. I mean, I haven't booked a gig with her since. Oh wait, there was another signed contract this morning when I woke up from her. So she does work with us regularly now, and it's a fairly large organization.
Perfect.
But it was just a lack of communication, and she admitted to it. She's like, "Yeah, you didn't bill me nothing," and I'm like, "She would have paid. She just would have paid." And I'm like, "I don't want that. I want to earn my money. I don't want to just take your money, because then when you're not happy, you're going to tell everybody that. So, yeah.
I feel you. I feel you there. But see, the way I do it is I penalize people for lack of communication. It's gonna cost you. Like my time is valuable. Like I am an exclusive, membership of the great. Like because you have to motivate people. People will just do whatever. If it don't cost them nothing, they won't pay bills on time. That's why your bills cost more when you pay them late. It ain't because people not sending them. People don't have money. It's because people who have money are just taking their time. There's no incentive. You have to incentivize companies to pay their bills on time. And sometimes paying a bill may be giving you information so that you can move forward. Like you have to incentivize it. And I hit people where it hurts, and that's in their pockets. If you're not on time for a meeting in the NFL, it's going to cost you $1. It's going to cost you something like it. Even with revisions, you got a certain amount of time to get me this revision back. I don't want to work on this project forever. They don't care because they're just like, whatever. But you got to put time limits on everything, or you will be waiting. I didn't have companies get bought out by companies and lay people off and switch locations, and they call them back like, yeah, we the footage you shot last November, we want to make a change to like the last, like, hello? Who is this? Do I know you? Yeah, this Ty, but this ain't the Ty you talk to. Like, get off my phone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like
Stop playing on my phone.
Tyrone.
Like, what you know what I'm saying? So
Stop playing on my phone.
I'll be like,
Stop it. Get some help.
Get off my phone. Real quick, I want to go. Before I get to Rodney, Dale asked a real good question. Appreciate your super chat. How should I structure my package for corporate headshots? I know structure-based pricing, but how much is a photo and how much do they get? There's a lot of things around it. Are we doing single shot, multiple shot? We're doing executive level shot. What is your base? What does your base look like? Is your base a certain amount of people? Is your base a type of shot? It depends on the niche, but if it's corporate headshots, I'm usually doing group shots, and my base may start at a certain amount of people and then work up. Like, let's say, for instance, if I got 5 people, to add an additional 5 may be cheaper than just, 2 base rates. That way it'll incentivize you to add as many people as possible. And then we'll add upsells like teeth whitening, skin smoothing, multiple outfits, multiple crops and formats. I'll upsell you because you need multiple crops. You know how many times I've shot group pictures and they needed it in landscape and portrait? Cool, I'll shoot it wide and then upsell you the difference. So it's a lot of things you can do when it comes to pricing. When it comes to photography, it's a whole lot of upsells in photography. All the way down. It used to be the only upsell was print. There's so much you can do with Photoshop now. I mean, we were doing sky replacements. We were doing, I had a group shot that was so big we had to use a drone. We charged them like crazy for that because they wanted to get all 300 people of their staff in front of their building. Can we do it? Yeah, we can do it. So it's plenty of ways you can kind of stack pricing when it comes to headshots. Get with your beta client and ask them what are things that they want to replicate, and then work with them on that. Go for it, Rodney. You're like, oh, I forgot.
No. This was actually in response to what Alex was talking about.
I ain't gonna do you like that.
How you gonna do me like that, man?
You got new sounds this week. I ain't gonna do you like that.
Why? I'm like, you just gonna use me as a guinea pig? That's cool. I'm used to it. Anyway, to Alex, right here. Because I know somebody's talking about the Brady Bunch situation, so I'm just gonna look down on Alex like this and be like, "What's up?" He was talking about like you charge somebody for a rush delivery or whatever. Keep in mind, FedEx, UPS, DHL, they all, even if I remember correctly, even look at the post office. Depending on how you want to send mail or packages, there's a fee for it. You want to send.
Oh, wait a minute now.
FBI, open up!
All right, so I don't know. Oh wait, okay, he's back. He's back.
Oh, my bad.
You froze for a second. I love that sound effect. I'm sorry. You froze for a second.
I froze?
Yeah, you froze on my end for a
Oh
second.
shoot, was the audio still going, or was there no audio?
Oh, we got nothing. We just got FBI. When the
Oh
FBI
shoot,
came back. So
that's
all.
because I was dropping gems. I was learning from Ty. No, I was just saying. Basically, DHL, UPS, USPS, they all charge rush delivery, next day, overnight. There's no reason why you, as a business, should not do the same. And in regards to the whole thing about negotiating price, go into Walmart, negotiate a price, and see what happens.
Facts.
You should not learning from this cat right here. You should not compromise your pricing, or more importantly, you shouldn't compromise your worth and your value. That's the most important thing. If they want to pay a different price, absolutely, we can just uncheck or remove something from the inventory, from the invoice. So that's my 2 cents. I'm getting back to work.
All facts. All facts.
Stop it.
That's right. Make sure.
Oh man.
Make sure you. I got a bunch of sound
I'm
effects.
gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it now before Alex Miner gets on here or Jim starts.
We're
gonna do it right now.
There you go. Do the close-up cam. Get the close-up cam. Tune in to see that, man. People tune in to see that.
We're done. We're done
with the close-up cam. People tune in to see it. Yeah. So yeah, you want to make sure you are in a position to win, and you do that by understanding, your leverage, your value, and structuring your pricing is the way to do it. Don't get caught getting stretched. And the client there's nothing to prevent them from stretching you out. There's nothing that they don't feel any pain or burn from asking you to do more, and they should. When I say do more, I mean expedite it, give up your weekend or your plans, or to be last minute, do all of that. I'm charging people like Blockbuster, like in Blockbuster in their last days, I'm charging you for everything, because people will just do it all. If you don't rewind the tape, you're getting charged, all of that. So make sure that you have things in place to protect yourself. If not, you're gonna think you got a big deal. You're gonna think you got a $5,000 client, and then you're gonna really do the math and realize you only made $500. And I'd rather make, $800 off a $1,000 client than to make $500 off a $5,000 client. Because at the end of the day, I'm doing way more work for $500 than I am to make $800. It's all about profits and margins. That's what business is about. And nobody care what if they came and got $1 million job from you, nobody cares if they spent that $1 million in cost and labor and all this other dumb stuff, and you didn't get to take that home and, put it in your bank account. It's all about what you put in your bank account. So be mindful of that as you build. The good thing about starting a business is you get to make these rules. This is your world. They're entering into your world. Make the rules. Before they come and play on your playground, you make the rules. No, you can't slide down the slide backwards. We don't play that here. Go over there and do that. You got to slide forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to do what you got to do. So make the rules. If I'm hooping with Brandy, it's no crossovers. You got to you got to old school dribble, and pull up. Don't you come over there with no crossovers. I'm old. You know what I'm saying? So, I got to make sure that if you come on the court, it ain't no crossovers. You just, you know what I'm saying? You can spell, if we play a game of horse, I got a 3-legged horse. You got to spell out the whole thing. I'm using abbreviations because, I got to do what I got to do to make sure you know what I'm saying? So when people come to your business and they come to do business with you, it's by your terms. You don't walk in a Walmart and negotiate anything other than what you going to buy. That's it. That's the only thing you thinking about. That's the only power you have is buy it, not buy it. That's it. You can't do, if they don't got it on display, you don't get to see it. Partner, go look at the box and make a decision, put it back or buy it. We ain't taking it out the box for you. You don't get to try it on and everything on. Like, it is what it is. So you get to make those, decisions, and I encourage you to make those decisions. I encourage you to put that in place. That's why I try to teach you about, controlling that environment. So, I think Brandy said something, but I can't read right now, so I ain't gonna worry about what she talking about, some ankles or something.
No.
Somebody trying to tear my ankles up. It ain't happening, Chief. Because and you got to play on skates. That's the rule to the game. Is you got to wear skates, and I get to just wear regular hoop shoes. If we're gonna bring a camera out there and film that, you got to wear skates. Okay, roll bounce. Because I ain't about to get embarrassed out here. You know what I'm saying? Hooping. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, let's talk about that, guys. Don't forget we got the meet and greet. If you a gold member and you go in the meet and greet section, we're gonna do a meet and greet coming up in October. So we can come, we gonna, there you go. It's posted in there. Go check it out if you're a gold member. We would they talking junk. The gold, see, what y'all don't get to see is the gold members. We got a chat that's here. And they on here making faces, but they talking junk. Like in my little box over here, they don't let them fool you. They on here talking good. And y'all don't get to see it because y'all not logged in, but they getting at me right now, and I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying?
Can anybody hear me?
We hear you. We hear you.
Okay, because I was talking before when you was talking. I don't think you really heard me. So you keep doing this to yourself. I just want you to remember you keep doing this to yourself. I'm inviting everybody to Canesbury Recreation Center in Vegas. We are playing one-on-one up to 5 because I ain't got time for that. So that's what we're doing. It's yes.
Anybody got a camera they can bring to
Yes.
that?
No, we're going live. We're going live. I'm gonna need Ty's phone. We're going live on FlashFilm Academy, Instagram, and we're going live because you've been doing too much talking. I'm so done with it. I had empathy. I thought you were supporting people by buying their card, but now you want to start talking mess. So we're done. We're done.
I got to get out a free card. I just want to
No, you don't. No, I appreciate that, but I'm gonna appreciate them ankles more. You ain't a waitress, but you about to get served. I promise you. I promise you.
I gotta get out
because you talking too much.
You see this right here? Education over education over entertainment. That means I'm taking you to school. That's all.
Is that what we're doing? You're coming up with the corny lines now.
School.
Come on now.
Come on now. Ty, I'm telling Ty, like
ankles over everything.
You gonna get the first in-person master course on the court. So make sure you're ready because you're getting all 3 of them.
I'm gonna bring you ankle braces, knee pads, everything you gonna need, helmets, everything.
Your ankle gonna be my first beta. Your ankle is my new beta client. How about that? You gonna get this work for free? And
that's all right. You can take ankles. I take soles. I take soles. So it's all good. It'd be Heartbreak Hotel.
Don't let them ankles fool you. I got to get out a free card. That's gonna work.
That's all right. You better have an oxygen tank. I know you ain't in shape.
Wow.
I got you. Wow. I'm out there. Let's go. What you gonna do? Nothing. I'm ready. And I got to get out of. You gonna sign it too, and then I'm gonna get a little dot of blood from that ankle and just I want a thumbprint on the back of this bad boy too, right here, real quick.
Ty, I got you covered.
Yours truly.
Just borrow you something.
Ankle's broken.
I can't even get it. Won't
hey,
even.
Jim, do me a favor, Jim. While he's talking smack, let me know if you need me to bring any type of ace bandages, some Neosporin.
Well, I broke my leg earlier last year, so I was going to bring one of my casts along. I've got some splints.
Okay.
Figure I got some crutches. We'll bring some of these.
Y'all don't have to bring none of that. Just bring a big bottle.
But this one straps on. This one's for climbing.
Just bring that.
Okay.
Big bottle of manhood. That's all you need.
Fly over for this.
Well, evidently, Brandy's bringing the case of
and my partner will probably be there, and he's actually a paramedic. So
needed. That's going to be needed.
That will be needed. That will be needed. We're gonna need some call. We need oxygen tanks as well.
I got an award for the best ankles of the year. I want to give this award for the best ankles of the year.
No, that's going to be an award for the biggest whooping on asphalt. That's what that's going to be for. Because you're going to get served. It's going to be a bad one for you, Ty. I'm trying to help you, bro.
It's a shame I got to do this for somebody that fought for our country. But
I know.
I never worry, okay? Never worry. I'm going to put in that work.
It's a shame. Boot camp didn't prepare you for this.
Put in that work. I'm over here like this. Like, she going to be on here right after it looking like these. And it's all good.
All right. Remember, you may have control of that little board over there, but you forgot I did this. I did this and I do this.
Don't worry about it.
It's okay. All right. Now you done got extra confidence since you done bought some replicas.
I'm going to replicate them ankles, so we're going to be all right. Don't even worry about it.
Can we set this on the community for like long enough for all of us to get there and witness this?
Yeah, it'll be up for about 30 seconds because that's how long it's gonna take me. About 30 seconds. So it'll be up there. Yeah, it'll definitely. In fact,
That's
it'll be
all right.
it'll be a YouTube short. It'll be on TikTok or
It's
something.
gonna be a rough game
30
for you. It's gonna be as rough
seconds
as your
of Brandy
hairline.
breaking your ankles
I promise
and
you.
2 years of crying.
It's gonna be as rough as your lineup, bruh.
It's gonna be clean then. It's gonna be faded. That means you're gonna get faded.
Nah, it's gonna be crooked and overgrowing. That's what that's gonna be.
I need some duct tape on.
Your front line look like the front of my locks right now. So
Let me see that on the step. Do the Rodney cam.
It's all yours, Brandon. You can have it. It's all yours.
We got a question coming in. Enough for them. Somebody say what Michael Jackson eating popcorn mean. Enough for them ankles. The ankles gonna be all right. Listen, if you want to go, if we're gonna have a meetup, it's posted in the member section. If you want to be there, we can set that up. We can do that. Ain't nobody else jumping in.
charging extra for laughing.
That's true. The extra for laughing. And, you'll get a chance to, ride in the ambulance with the ankles on the way out. Good question that came
With
in.
Ty.
I should have put that in there. You beat me to it. Social media manager, videographer, a good mix. Is there things I need to be aware of? It can be a good mix if you, it can be a good mix. It can be a good marriage. It may not be though, depending on who you're doing it for and what your niche is. What's that picture down there? Oh man, is that? I'm gonna post that up there. That's more than an ankle break. That's a real high ankle break right there.
This guy, man. This guy.
Who posted that, Jim? They're gonna be like, your video has been demonetized due to
That's your display picture, right?
They're gonna be like, YouTube will see the algorithm like blood is in your video. It's gonna be demonetized because, like, wait a minute. We're just playing, YouTube. But anyway, they do me like that. And your shirt is, you got blood on your shirt. I'm like, it's red. Anyway, social media management. It's you got to be careful because you got to know what they're asking for. They're asking for you to grow their channel via social media. They're asking for results, or they're asking for you to handle their marketing, their pay-per-click, or are they just asking you to post stuff? You got to know the difference because if you promise we're going to make your social media channel huge and they don't have a budget, they're just paying you organically, it's going to be difficult. So know what you're getting yourself into before you go down that path, because a lot of companies they get social media post and pay-per-click mixed with social media management. So you don't want to promise one thing and deliver the other, and then you're fired and they're wondering why. You're wondering why they weren't happy with it because they're looking at a post you post and it hasn't gone viral yet. So make sure you're very, very clear on that because clients will want that. They would definitely want it. What other questions you guys got down at the bottom? Oh, y'all quiet. Okay. We'll put cases on every one of you.
Oh, I ain't got no questions.
It's RIP to them ankles.
Them ankles got questions. Brandy say them ankles got questions. They quiet over there. They real quiet.
I had a question, but I think I forgot it.
Oh, you posted. Hey, didn't you post in the community? You posted. What did it say? Oh, I seen that, Rodney. Don't you? Hey. That was Wikipedia. You can copy and paste in Wikipedia. But you posted. Tell us about.
That was actually from the website for the university that she attended.
Yeah,
so don't try to silence the truth. Facts.
Ankle you.
Facts.
So tell us about the video that you did, Brandy. We'll get on them ankles in a minute, but tell them about the video that you did. Rodney gonna be.
I did the video for the retired NBA player CJ Watson.
Okay, and it was great.
He loved it. He absolutely loved it. I was super excited about it because I did spend quite a bit of time getting that done out and earlier than I said I would. I think I told him I would get it to him in a week, and I got it to him in 3 days because I had a pretty busy week ahead of me, and I wanted to knock that out. So, he loved it. His mother, who is, the head person of the foundation, she is looking forward to doing business again. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'll probably be doing a follow-up with them in a little bit. Just, ask them if they need anything like that. I did also say that, the best thing that you can give me is a recommendation or a referral. I would really, appreciate that if you know anybody that needs video needs. So it came out great. I thought I did a pretty good job. I did share it with some of the members early on, asking them some feedback and stuff, and they gave me some things. So that helped out as well. So thank you. You guys contributed to that as well. The people that I had eyes on it with. So thank you guys for that. But it came out great. Like I said, they loved it, and it was a huge opportunity. Like when I thought I wouldn't be able to make any money off this, I was like, wow, like I can really do this. So we're going full fledged with the big redo. We're actually going to have two websites, two of everything, because that's just what it's going to have to be. But right now we're just focused on the sports part of it. But it was a huge success. And obviously it was because of this group and the things that I've learned and how we're pushing forward with that. So thank you sincerely, everybody. The final video can be seen in the community on FlashFilm.
What did you
get that video?
What space did you tell them what space did you post it in?
I think I put it in wins because I didn't know where else to put it. I think we have a section where there's like my work or something?
Yeah, there is. Where is it at? It's but it's more of asking for what people think.
Okay. I'll post it in there next time.
Have you ever
Did you get a video testimonial from this guy?
That's what I was saying.
What is that section for getting feedback? What is that section?
It is under. Give me 1 second. I'll let me pull it up here. While I look for it, did you ever consider getting a video testimonial from the client?
I haven't even talked to him about that yet. I know I should, even if it's just something that's on his phone, something that's convenient for him on his phone that he can just do real quick. But since Jim did bring that up, I was like, well, maybe I should go ahead and ask for that within the follow-up. Yeah. So I was like, maybe I should go ahead and do that. So yeah. Actually, I need to put that on my calendar.
So there isn't. I thought I had a feedback section. I guess I had it as passion projects, but we'll create a section for just feedback. I could have swore what was the feedback section. We had to reduce some of them when launching, but we'll get that out probably by the end of the night. But yeah, I that's the big thing is saying, hey man, I need, can you just give me a testimonial and make sure the testimonial is directed towards the benefit of working with your company. I like to tell people, don't say my name, just say my company. And just say what you guys got from it. Like not just it was fun, they were cool, but because of this video, we were able to do X, Y, and Z, or this video did X, Y, and Z for my brand. So if you have a company in that situation, I would highly suggest that you hire this company. So something along the lines of that, especially when you got celebrity testimonial.
Facts.
Always helps. Definitely helps. Any other wins? We got a few people that just popped in. Any other wins from the guys that just came on?
Hey.
What's going on?
Been a while. How you guys doing?
We doing good. How you been?
Good. Been on my grind. Doing. I think Ty last year we had a one-on-one time that we had, but since then I joined the BNI group, which has produced some work already, and I've kind of been consulting as a media director, I would say, for other media production companies. So yeah, just been doing a lot of work with that. It's funny you said about family, right? Normally you're not working with family, but my brother is actually a professional chef, a celebrity chef working with a lot of athletes. And so he has a whole thing where he's about to take over a whole training facilities kitchen. So going with that, I'm going to be working intimately with him, and he completely understands the whole project. So we're going to have a budget. We're going to have everything too. So it's family, but it's also in a business aspect. So that's a win. So those are a couple wins I've had this week.
That's dope.
Oh, yeah, and then the storyboarding. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard of the app Storyboarder. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of good feedback from a couple of clients that I use that for. It was pretty simple.
And so do you present it to clients to move forward or what's how do you normally do it?
Right. So no, that's an a la carte thing. So except for in our gold package, that's one thing that's added onto it. But for these, they're not really beta clients, right? Because I'm working for other companies. So I'm coming on as the executive video guy who knows it all, right? Being able to do that. And so I'm bringing it on, but kind of showing them like, hey, this is what I can offer. So, right, my price is my negotiation with those media companies. I feel it's more for them showing it because they've done it, but they haven't seen it to that quality. So when I provided that, their clients that was one of their clients who I posted where they were really happy about it. But right, I'm under that organization for in that aspect. But yeah, I've gotten good feedback. I just don't know how to package it. Right, I was thinking about 200 to 300, but I was like, well, am I going to be doing that for 1 minute videos, charging that? So it's a new product. I'm still trying to see where to slot it in.
Yeah, we used to do so like walkthroughs as a pre-production upsell where we would come out to the location and capture images of the areas where we're going to film, and then we would use those different apps we would use to use like characters and put them in place just so we can kind of give the client an idea of blocking when we block the shot and just give an idea of shots we want. Because what was real weird is we'd had clients that didn't want us to film in their location, and then we come and we capture a shallow depth of field shot, and then they're all for it, like, oh, it looks great with the, like, yeah, we kind of know what we're doing. But just seeing it has helped us close more clients. But it's something that clients who have big budgets usually feel more comfortable spending a lot in pre-production. They want script writing, they want location scouting, they want talent. So it's been a great, something that's just great to have. And it helps us with clients that are undecisive, and it allows them to visualize it before we move into production. Because a lot of people sometimes are scared moving into full-blown production. They want to make sure it looks the way they think it looks.
All right.
We got another question. Go ahead. Go for it, bro.
Well, what's up, everybody? My name is Mark Twain. I know some of y'all because I communicate, of course, offline with some of y'all from time to time, like my guy Jim, Michael, Rodney, guy Raheem. We chat up all the time via text. So good to be here. First time on, but I wanted to share a little bit of a win. Brandy is aware of it as well, too. Right now, I got some things going where I'll be doing a beta client setup with an ex-NBA player myself for my AllNet Productions brand that I have going on. But I had a question. Perfect. Because at this point in time, what I'm finding, I've met with him twice, but it's like he's giving me the keys to everything, which is wonderful. Like yesterday, I met up with him at Lifetime Fitness. Got all the access to like his website, the whole 9 yards, social media. So he wants me to sort of take the keys on that, but also help produce content. So Saturday I'll start filming so I can start being able to cut up stuff for social media. Good thing is I've done some cool stuff where I've made some investments where I have a platform, and me and Raheem from CRP Media spoke about it, where I have a platform where I can just post stuff automatically. It allows me to manage it for others and their accounts and stuff. So that's a little bit of the plan with that. And they were all game. I guess the big thing is they have this big vision. And the vision is the young kids within the program, building them into leaders within their own communities. And that's the big portion that they really want to push on. And for me, yeah, it's like, cool, it's a challenge. I'm pretty sure I can deliver on that because I've worked for him in the past, like 2 years ago, and he liked the footage and stuff I had then. And then I also did some work for his wife and her athletic clothing brand that she has. So it's just like, at this point, I'm like, all right, big project, but they want to build this story up. So it's like, all right, I got to figure out the idea of really trying to put it all together and the social media. And I guess he just really likes all the stuff that I've told him so far. Like I use a lot of info that you've provided. Like, taking a look at the website ahead of time. Like I talked to him like a month ago. It's like, yo, let me get your website again. Like I tried to look it up and I couldn't find it. Well, I took it down. Well, why? Then we got into that nice big conversation. I said, well, all right, well, I think we should talk. When's the opportunity for us to be able to meet up and chop it up? So we sat down with him and his partner and went through everything. And they just, that vision piece, I guess, is the biggest thing for me. I've done basketball footage for forever and a day, but it's this weird aspect of it because it's going to be an investor that does like home investment. So they have this big piece of it that's going to go into, you know, where they're donating homes to, you know, women in need and, you know, of course, in underserved communities and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just about trying to tie it all in. I'm excited for it. You know, I'm all game, all the things I've told them so far, you know, as far as my ideas and what I want to do are there. But any insight I'll take to be helpful.
I would say one main thing is when it comes to budget, right? Don't be afraid to ask for enough budget to bring in help. Because what takes it to the next level is having a guy on a steady cam that's following and having a guy with a wide shot and being able to offer just to raise the production value of just a one-man shooter. So never be afraid to ask for enough budget or present a price that will allow you to do it right and not just do it. Often we think about just doing it, like what's the minimum it takes to get it done? No.
No, I'm not trying to do that.
to bring it, to make it a, you know, Discovery Channel level shot and a National Geographic level, you know, shot, or a reality show. If they want a reality show style shoot, we can do it. This is what it's going to cost. We need 2, 3, 4 cameras. We need, you know, maybe a guy on the drone. You know, this is just what it costs to produce a show at that level. It's not a couple $100 an episode. And making sure that, you know, you got enough money to bring in the people that you need, and then you're still over delivering on quality.
Bet. Thank you.
Yeah, especially when you're dealing with, because their expectation may be higher than we often think. And they're taking your price because they like working with you, but it's a little under what they're willing to spend. But they're doing it because they like you. So you got to kind of make sure that you got what you need to be successful. Set yourself up for success.
Cool. Thanks.
Christopher asked a question, and I'm gonna get right to your question, Brandy. He said, how would you respond to potential clients that call for a job and immediately mention that they have somebody who said they would do the job for cheaper, pretty much? Let them do it. Have a nice day. I'm the guy you call when you want it done right. You obviously have the guy on the phone you call when you want it done cheap. So if cheap is what you want, good luck. Call us when they mess it up. We'll be more than happy to help you out. Go for it, Brandy.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what's going on with my video, if you guys can see me or not. But my question was this, like kind of similar to Mark's. So, you know, he's been working with these people, you know, before and stuff like that. But I wanted to know, okay, I'm looking at the comments too. I wanted to know, how do you take or how do you inform a client, or what's the proper way to inform a client that you've been working with that this particular project is going to be more? Should I obviously educating them on why it's more than what we normally do, but is there a proper way of being able to educate them and let them know, like, yo, I've been doing this particular project for this price, but this price, or this is going to be the price for this project?
Oh yeah, most definitely. And it goes back to structure, right? It goes back to, hey, y'all want to add more? Y'all want us to take it to the next level? Well, we should add X, Y, and Z, and that's why the price difference is there. It's all about structure. It's all about structure based, because it all makes sense. There's no way a client can want more and not pay more. There's no way possible a client can be like, man, we really wish we can, and not pay more. Absolutely. You know, I would tell them, you know, to take this to the next level, we need a second camera. We need to add this. We need to add that. And those are pieces we're going to just add on top of it. It's just like you can't eat better at McDonald's unless you pay more. If you pay just the price for a number 2 combo meal, you can't get more fries unless you pay more. You can't get a bigger drink unless you pay more. You can't get a dessert, or apple pie, unless you pay more. So with the structure, you know, by structuring everything, they can literally, you can just say, what do you want? I'm gonna give you a whole buffet. You just add what you want to the plate, and we're gonna just charge you for it. So that is the benefit of that. Even if you, let's say first time you did it for a base price, you know, present them with the structure, present them with everything in a way that they can add and click what they want. And let them pig out. Let them eat everything they want. Let them choose everything they want. And they'll have to go, in their mind, you know, they'll have to go back and forth on, do we really want this? or we're just asking for it? Because a lot of people will just, if you give them one price, they're gonna try to load everything they can. How many people you see at your local buffet with plates of stuff they don't even get to just to get it? Like we just gonna, you know what I'm saying? But people will take advantage and get everything they can get for one price if you let them. So you have to structure it, unless you are a buffet place, which you understand that humans can only consume a certain amount of food. And if every human consumed that amount of food, we're still under cost. But what we do, you have to set limitations. You have to set boundaries, because if not, they're just going to get as much as they can get all the time.
Okay, thank you for that.
No problem. No problem. You have to, in this business, like I said, you got to have your rules. Walk into any business, you can't make up rules. You can't make up reasons as to why you need to leave with something that's on their shelf for free or little or nothing without going to jail. Like, it's just, and your rules need to be that solid. This is how we do business. And companies will play by your rules. Companies are used to playing by the rules. But you have to make sure you establish those rules. If they walk in the door and there is no rules, they're going to do whatever they want to do. Right? So you have to be like, these are the rules of engagement. For you to play, you got to play within these rules. So, when you establish that and then rules come with a price, they'll determine what they want to do based off their pockets. Sometimes they may have enough money to say, I want everything. I want it just because. Sometimes they don't. They're like, let me get this. You know what it's like to go eat on payday, and you know what it's like to go eat the day before payday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, on payday, you like get what you want. Like, we can just bring it out. I just taste it and try. The day before payday, you like, how much is this with tax? That's what it is with tax. Do y'all charge gratuity here? Like, let me know. You know what I'm saying? So, but you want to present those options because you don't know where they may be. There are going to be some companies that buy everything just so they can feel like they are the elite top dogs. Like, there are people who are buying $10,000 MacBook Pros to go surf Facebook just because it's the best. I just hit every drop down menu and hit everything. You want to take advantage of those clients. So, if you don't put yourself in a position to take advantage of it, you won't. Because a lot of people are just, they just want the best. They don't even know why. They just know if you got friends that buy stuff because it costs a lot. And they can't even tell you the benefits of it. They're like, but that costs $3,000. I paid $3,000 for that. Like, but what does it do? It don't even matter. It's $3,000. Yours only $2,000. You know what I'm saying? You got friends like that. People who make buying decisions strictly on price. So you want to make sure that your price is set up to get those. Definitely.
Gotcha.
What's going on, Mario? I know Mario stay winning. He closed like 2 deals on a live last week. He was just like knocking them out. Money was just printing right there on the live last week. So a big shout out to him. He closing deals now. The sound effect right here is just for him, strictly for him. Go-go mode sound like this. I got that strictly for him. So he can't say I show him no love. Every time he go in go-go mode, we just gonna let that play.
I'm about to make that my ringtone for when clients call.
That'll get you hype, bro. I don't know if you were born in the 80s, like if you played video games in the 80s, that gets you hype right there. I don't know what it is about that.
It's the coin. It's the coin sound.
It is
when
the
clients. You want the coin sound.
I know.
Ding. That's what you want.
And nothing hurt like hearing. You ever play Sonic the Hedgehog and he hit something and coins fly everywhere? It hurts. It hurts your heart just a little bit. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what they did to us as kids, but they got us. They got us. Going back to the original topic, going back to family and friends and stuff like that, they are the opposite of beta clients. They are people with opinions, and that opinion doesn't affect your business. It doesn't help you grow. It's loving. It's from a place of love. So we always got to be mature enough to I thank you for that. Let me just put this on, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta, they don't mean harm. They don't mean nothing negative. They mean the best. They mean well with their opinions. Unfortunately, they're not in a place often. You may have some family members that are in a place of your target audience. They're usually not in a place to have the hindsight or ability to see what your target audience sees. And we live in a world where things need to be specific and direct and intentional for your target audience for you to have maximum success. You can try to make a one size fit all shirt. It ain't gonna sell like crazy. And fashion companies understand that if we make this shirt in 10 different sizes, it may cost us a little more, but we can just include that in the price and we'll have more success. If we make a car in multiple colors, we'll have more success. And brands that are big understands that we can't just make one. Look at Tesla, right? Their goal is to make a car that ranges from as low as $30,000 all the way up to $200,000. And there's rumors of a new $20,000 Tesla coming. So they're trying to make sure that they have something for everybody. And allowing structure within your pricing will allow you to do that without, it'll allow you to do that. And then you got to be direct and work specific with your target audience so that you can put something in front of them and they can pick and choose what they want. So super important, guys that are out there trying to get into the business, guys that are trying to make money with this thing, that you have your side, your rules of engagement, you have your thing set up. So with that being said, any other questions before we start the after hours? Everybody's good. Everybody in the gold section, like, well, we waiting for the after hour because we know it's wrong.
After party.
Michael's got a question. His hand's up.
Yeah, Michael.
After party.
After party.
Man, you guys are horrible. Actually, I just want to bring a win is because of this here.
Let's hear it.
Perfect.
So all that overtime finally said, you know what? I think I could spend a little bit. So I rigged out my camera. If I don't know if you can see it, but all that's still in there now. And then I'm talking to a mic. This thingy.
Okay.
The reason I'm doing this is because I want to up my conferencing for talk to make it presentable for first impression of. I'm a video production company and my video production is whack. So thought I'd up the game a bit, and this is my win. So
that's a good win. Those are things that clients instantly notice. And I started this channel shooting from my cell phone, just tired of setting up cameras all day. Like, I'm just gonna get it goods from the cell phone, and people tuned in. Like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about because he's shooting in 720p. So I was like, all right, let me light it up and show people that I know a little bit about. And people started. Then it started making sense to people for some reason. Same knowledge, just
So that's my win. And other than that, I'm just ready for the after party. That's why I came. So that's all. Just so that win and ready to go to the after party. Let's go.
That.
I got a win, actually.
Let's hear the win. Good. Let's let the people
so, right, and it's the biggest win we've ever had.
Okay.
It won't come to fruition until next year because
it's that big.
It's a 6-figure win.
Oh yeah.
It's so big, and it was, and it to be honest,
perfect.
The structured based pricing helped make it a possibility. And the reason I say that is because we'd done some quick work. I know I'd mentioned a while back that we did a 1-day shoot for a company, and I was like, let me send you the invoice. We'll see if you really want to do that 1-day shoot. And they did. And just based off of that, they were actually the company that wanted the win that I had last week. And then their CEO actually is part of a national organization. And she's a voting member of this organization and said, so if we gave you 6 figures, how many videos could we get? And I'm like, wow. Well, there's a lot more people involved. I mean, just like we were talking before, when we're in the studio, it's one thing. But we've got we've got these big things that just help for shade. That takes multiple people. And going through the whole thing. And she's like, great. Sounds great. Because I said, we're probably talking, 10, 5, somewhere in that neighborhood. So, because, I want to give her grade A quality. I want her to have we're going to bring in hair and makeup and actresses and actors. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to look so awesome. I'm so excited about it. And it's those wins. We've been recycling those wins back into ourselves. It's like freaking Christmas here right now. Behind me, it's kind of a mess because I got like boxes. This is
thing. I like that.
I stacked them up because my wife was like literally like 15 minutes before I was supposed to get on. She was like, all these boxes came. I loaded them up in the van and brought them over to the studio. And I'm like throwing them in the door here. And I'm like, I got to get on it. So, and I got 2 more days worth of Christmas coming just because of the wins, man. It's been,
I got a sound
I
effect.
checked. I did my Amazon checkout, Ty.
You did the checkout. I got a sound effect just for you. Let's let that play.
Flawless victory.
There you go. Just for you. Just
finish him.
You get the flawless victory sound effect this week for your win. That's how you do it, man. I love to hear that. I love to hear wins. I love to hear big things. 6 figures it feels good. It feels good when you start closing deals and they go into an account and you don't even have to check it. Like you just like, we good. Get what you want, kids. You go to the dollar store and just get what you want. Just, try your best to break me in this dollar store. You can't. Like it feels good when you get there. So I'm glad that you showed it and shared it with everybody. Hey man, it's a bunch of little stuff, guys. It's a bunch of little stuff that you do to get there. It's a bunch of little stuff. And where everybody has been where you are or where you're going, and you just keep building it up. You just keep applying things, and you get to a point where you're consistently closing stuff. And it'll get to the point where it's not even about the money as much as it is the thrill of the catch. It's just about the thrill of the catch at some point. You're running up the score. So I'm going to ask people to post what they've learned today. If you've learned anything, even if it's about family, it can be about pricing structure. It can be about the meet and greet. It can be about ankles. I don't care what you post today. Don't come at me, Brandy. I'm just playing.
I knew he was going to do it.
I seen when she sat up and grabbed the mic. I was like, some people learned about ankles today. They didn't know, they didn't know what was up. So,
hey, Ty, though, the FlashFilm Academy family supports.
And that's all I need is the love from the FlashFilm Academy family. That's my family. That's the family I take advice from. And that's what this is. It's a family. We get together, and your family not gonna understand what you're going through. They're not gonna get it. They're not gonna understand why you've changed, what you're going through, why you're so business minded, and what's different about you. But these guys and ladies down here, they will, from all over the world. They all everywhere, because we all going through it. We all feel it. We all understand it. And that's why community is so important, just to have somebody to bounce these ideas off of, to talk to be around. That's why community is huge. And it's very important that you are around people that get it, that can help motivate you and push you in the right direction, because it's not always great. Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes we go through valleys, and sometimes we down, and sometimes we're working to get out of it. And you may have real family members that's like, give up or take the job, as he was saying, don't do this. Go. And it's good to have people around you who help you see the future, the vision, the possibility, to help you see what's next. So it's great to have, just the right people around. Christopher asks, how do you decide on a good referral percentage? I never do anything over 10%. Never do anything over 10%. It also depends on the size of the dollar amount of your job. Think, do Jim Rohn really give 10% of 6 figures? Nope. You ain't trying to do that. So it depends on your size. Micah said this is the first stream he was able to join. Just recently discovered you, planning stages of starting a business, shot nothing professionally other than weddings, aiming for commercials. Welcome to the family. Welcome. We're happy to have you, Micah, and this is a great place to learn how to structure and build that business. Weddings are fun, but people ask me all the time, is it worse being a wedding photographer or a combat photographer? I'll take combat every day because I can shoot back. Wedding photographer, you can't do nothing but duck. So it's rough. It's rough. I hope that you guys were able to get some value. Go for it, bro. Jump in. I know you got your hand up. Go for it.
Yeah. So what I wanted to share too, like I said, the big thing that I picked up on after, like I said, you know, getting a master course and like going back through it, because you find yourself, you always miss something a little crazy along the way. And it made me sort of double back with stuff like with dealing with Jim. I've been sending a lot of like my mock-ups and stuff, and it was pretty cool to send some ideas over, and it sort of helped me come to some final realization. But also the others too, because I'm separating both of my niches completely apart. So I'll give y'all a little bit of like a heads up. That's my current logo for my basketball related niche that I'm working on. So I'm trying to get things together in terms of that. But the psychology on the colors for the branded stuff that surround the sport, being mindful of that, all the information and the gems that was in the course, it made me do the homework to say, okay, what type of, what color, blue means as far as, strength and trust, with certain colors with black, like to know what's the predominant colors in corporate America, but also too, depending on what niche you're in, to know how those colors relate to people. The psychology thing is huge. I just wanted to say that.
Because you could have a color that's completely turning people off in your niche, and you don't understand why. Like just changing a color could increase people calling you by 20%, and that 20% could be an extra 60,000, 50,000 a year. Like just having a wrong color, and people like, I like this color. I like, mahogany. It's my favorite. My homeboy designed this logo. Yeah, but is it working for you? Like, so yeah. I totally agree. For me, I think my colors are I was like, I'm going to go with like Syracuse colors. It was like something crazy. It was like neon green and like gray, or like, I want to go with the Seahawks colors or something. And people were just like, nah,
hey, I'll be honest though. So like, even what you see me wearing now, like this is like going away. Yeah, that's the foundation where my money funneled through for my bank accounts for my business. But I mean, even Jim, like I said, ended up flashing up for, True Narrative Media is what I'm going to. That's going to be my company that's going to be switching up things. So that's the direction that you see up on the screen of where I'm going. So, I mean, at this point, we tell impactful stories for companies through the power of videos is my moniker. So when people looked at this and taking all the information and feedback that you was giving, it was like, all right, I'm missing the mark. I got to go back and redevelop. And this was probably about, I'll be honest with you, it was like super recent, about a week or so ago. And I was listening to a live, and I was like, and it hit me. And no matter how many times I heard you say it on previous ones, I don't know why it decided to hit me that day. And my wife looked at me, was like, what's wrong with you? She was like, I know what you're listening to on FlashFilm Academy. She was like, but what's wrong with you? She was like, you look defeated. I said, I am. I said, I've had this name for a few years now, but you had that emotional attachment to it, but you was like, now I understand it. I got to let it go because I need this thing to do more for me. And it's not about me. It's about what other people think of what I'm trying to project and put out there. So I just wanted to say that. Thanks for the information. The purchase is well worth it.
Appreciate it. Another thing too that we have to be mindful of, right? I'm gonna get to you, Mike. We have to be mindful of, and this is just a harsh, this is gonna be a throat punch moment. So I want y'all to just brace yourself. When you come from little or nothing, often we are loyal to the wrong things, right? Because we don't have nothing to be loyal to. We represent high schools for 50 years. We represent streets and blocks and neighborhood. We're so loyal. I drive nothing but Chevys because we don't have much to own, right? This business is yours to represent, to own. It's yours to rep. It's yours to wear. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't be walking around with Cash Money Records on your arm and all this stuff, and you don't own none of that. I know people that died repping blocks that their mama didn't even own the house. She rented it. And they're so, this street for life. And we just, when we don't come from a lot, we want to rep something and be loyal to something forever. So we tend to hold on to a lot of stuff that we shouldn't. We should let go. People who are successful, who run businesses, they let go of stuff that don't work. Let go. That's why they, you'll be like, well, man, how did GM let go of Pontiac? And Pontiac was making $300 million a year. It wasn't enough. Like 300 million ain't enough. Then what's enough? They make decisions like that. So smart businessmen move off stuff even before it crash and burn. Seeing the altitude drop, we getting out of here. If you read a book called Who Moved My Cheese, a lot of people tend to wait until it's too late. We tend to hold on to things way too long instead of moving off of things sooner because we're so afraid, that our loyalty isn't there. A smart businessman will move off stuff. It's not working. I tried it. Goodbye. And move on to something different. And we have to develop that. I don't want to call it cold-heartedness. We have to develop the ability to disconnect stuff and go in a different direction without 120 days of, failed attempts. Like how many, you get set your limit and then move on. And when we come from an area where people around us are so loyal to the dumbest stuff, we fall for that. I got friends, I drive nothing but Geo Metros. Like, wait, what? That's all I drive. It's the best car. Like, no, like I'm, what I'm saying? They develop opinions to help them further that mentality of being loyal to something, just because. So the biggest thing and the biggest upset, I don't say upset, but the biggest shocker that a lot of people who have taken the course, because the course teaches you stuff in order, is that you may have to let go of ideas and thoughts and things you already have in place to be successful. And until you're ready to let go of that, you may not be as successful at this. Like stuff may not move the way you want it to move. You may have to let go of habits and ideas and old stuff that you had in place. That's why a lot of times I talk to people who have purchased the course and they ask questions that tell me that they skipped over some stuff. And I go back and look and they skipped over the whole LLC part because they got an LLC. Well, there's some stuff and some gems in there that you didn't know about when you established your LLC that now you're suffering the consequences of not knowing that information. So you may have to go back and redo it. So be open-minded when you start your company. Don't be afraid to go back and relook at things that you know and you got, because you may have to change it in order to change, your outcome, to change where you are, to change where you're going. Don't be afraid to relearn something. As a business owner, even if it's not even with my course and just in life, you may have to relearn stuff. You may have to change stuff. You may have to rip stuff up and be like, hey, this took me as far as it can go. It can take me. It can't take me no further. And I realize that, and I have to change it up, because one of the greatest sayings I love to hear, if you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. It's a mouthful, but it makes so much sense. If you always do what you always did, you'll always get what you always got. And if you want something to change, you got to go back and look at what are you doing? What are your habits? And then change it. So I'm going to ask everybody. No, Mike, you had a question, right?
No, I just wanted to comment, but go on ahead. It's just an ending. That's all.
Go for it. Go ahead. I'll go for it.
Okay. This is for all the one-man bands out there, the ones that are just starting out, hasn't gotten the course or will get the course. I see it in the chat a lot. Like Toy Food, Micah, and I believe Hill Media. This is for you especially. I was where you're at. I just started off, and what I learned is through this community is you are running your race. And it took me a while to understand that now. I'm in nobody's race but my own. And what I love about it is each and every one of people here right now is cheering me on to be successful. And I want to do that the same for you. Where you're at right now, just ask me any question in the community. I'm more than happy to answer, because I've been where you're at, and I would love to pay it forward and answer what trials and tribulations, things you're going through, and know that it's just one step at a time, one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. You'll get there. So that's for you. I'm happy for you guys. I'm glad you're here in the community. I hope to see you guys in the community, but I would love to see you guys succeed like what Ty does. So, thanks.
I just for FYI, let me get you 1 second, Brandy. We will be posting Michael's phone number, his address, his social security number. He don't have a lifelock either, and his thumbprint. We're gonna post that in the comments in a few minutes. Go for it, Brandy. I'm joking. We're not.
No,
Better not. Shoot.
One of the biggest things, I don't know if anybody else has suffered from it, but one of the things that I've learned through this community and through mentorship, listening to my life coach and things like that, I've learned that I had a real anxiety about the business side of things. It was like a real fear of mine that I had. And even now I find myself going through the course again and saying, you know what, I'm not going to skip this. Last week, I was like, should I buy the second part of the course without all the way finishing this? And Ty, you said some things, and I was like, you know what, Brandy, you have to face these fears of taxes, of bookkeeping. You have to face those fears of that, and you have to, learn this, because it's either do your bookkeeping and taxes or go to jail. And jail ain't for me. So that's why I was like, you know what, you really need to take your time in this. Like Michael saying, run your own race. I really love the saying from Ava DuVernay, stay in your own lane. It's less traffic. Stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, and you run your race. You do what you do. You stay in your lane. And so for me, I don't know, I'm having a vulnerable moment, but for me, the business side gives me anxiety. But every day I'm in this course, I'm listening to these lives, and it's giving me more and more confidence to face those fears and do the business side, do the work like Mark is doing, redoing it, and being okay with redoing it and learning it, and just learning from your fumbles. Is you don't know what you don't know. So now I'm at a point where I'm learning and I'm knowing more, and that anxiety is leaving. But I think that anxiety can leave through education, just educating yourself, reading the books, things like that. And so you become more confident in that. It's just like, when I break Ty's ankles, I have to be confident in that. And I have to be assurant in that. You know what I mean? And I know I am, because I've done it before to other people.
But they weren't me though. So for those of you who are watching, listen, if you don't got a course, that's cool. Just come be a part of the community. Come chop it up. Come talk. You're going to talk to enough people to get your skills up to the point where it's going to start to change your business. You're going to start to go man, I was able to land a client. I was able to so just come be a part of the community and talk, be around. Sometimes you got to be around people that's winning and want to win to even get in the mindset to build the culture to start winning. You got to be around people, right? You just can't, you got to be around people every day. And look at who you around. If you're around people that love drama and they okay with losing, they probably telling you you're doing fine. If you get around people that want to win, they will help you get there. It's just about being around the right people. So the community is it's a whole free section. You just sign up. It don't cost you nothing. For real. Just go and talk. It ain't no limit. You can talk all you want, post all you want. So it's there because because I was by myself, and I'm like, well, when this live go off, then who I'll talk to the other 5 days of the week. If you were watching this channel in the beginning, I would randomly go live. I would just come on a Wednesday morning, what up, y'all, and just start talking. I would just randomly go live just so I can have people to talk to that got it. So the community is there to help for stuff like that. I mean, we're in different countries, different continents, different time zones, yet we're here together to have this conversation, because you're not the only person that's going through what you're going through. You're not the only person that want to do this full time. You're not the only person that loves this to the point where you're like, man, if I can just find a way to make it profitable and make it make sense, I would love to do this. So everybody here is going through that. Everybody here wants to not only just be able to buy beans and rice with money from content, but they understand that this is a place where you can live well off of it if you take the time to understand business and do it right. So be a part of it, sign up and just chat and talk and speak your mind. And we would love to just chop it up with you, man, because the more people join, the more ideas we get. Just the more we're able to bounce ideas off each other, and the more we're able to grow. So be a part of it. That's what the family is for. That's what the community is for. And you see, these guys aren't getting checks for me to be here and speak their mind and talk about what they're going through. We just share the common thread of trying to make this work, and we want each other to be successful. That's what's important. We ain't got a bunch of people that's, you know, you ain't gonna do that. We're trying to help you look at the opportunity in your situation and be successful. That's 2 easy payments to free 99. If you've learned anything, I'm going to ask that you post it below, that you go ahead and you know, tell us what you've learned today, you know. And we're gonna get a little something together for Brandy's ankles so they can recover. We're gonna put together a GoFundMe or something for Brandy's ankles. We may even create a whole space. There you go. Put big shot. Hey, real quick. I know we joke around, but give this person they flowers. Big shout out. Brandy's a beast. I know we talk junk, but I'm one to say that this girl right here is a monster. Don't even I'm big to joke with you and clown, but I'm also big to say that, you know, she's a monster. She's a beast for both ends, for being a beast on the court and coming here doing great things in the community. And you are supported and loved by all of us. And we want to see you win. So if I do let you break an ankle or two, it's because I want to see you win in every aspect of the game. You know what I'm saying? Just want to put that out there, you know, for every level. But we want to see
You're
everybody
giving tulips, not roses.
For clarification, you won't let her break an ankle. She'll do it on her own. Don't worry. She'll break it for you.
Well,
Thank you, Rodney.
I got these really good ankle braces with like support beams and everything. They're like titanium, so I ain't worried about. I may fall over, but I'm gonna get back up. So
Same thing. Street cred's still gone.
You know, I ain't worried about it. I'm just going. You got to get your stance wide so you don't fall. You may get beat, but you can't foul out in street ball. So keep that in mind. I'm from the D. Bad boys. We're gonna put that out there real quick.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh yeah, there we go. Hey, that pick today. Ooh.
That's right. We coming back, and you can't foul out. Keep in mind. Listen, whenever you down in street ball, you can't foul out. Remember,
throw them elbows. Throw them elbows.
Can't foul what you can't catch.
Can't foul out. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to know. We gonna just block off half the court, and we just gonna do like, yeah, we'll be all right.
Whatever. Anyway, I appreciate you, Ty.
Hey, much love and appreciate you too. I bought the card, so I am a supporter. I just want to put that out there, and I want to get that card signed and autographed. But we'll talk about that in the after party. For those who aren't gold members, we're about to go ahead and cut the live portion off, and we're gonna chop it up with stuff get real raw.
One more thing, just a little bit, Kai. What are the chances of getting you to Zoom? Like, what are we looking at? End of the month, next month, end of the year?
We are probably going to move over to Zoom within a month. Because we're getting more people, and I want to get everybody and their mama on here so we can get more people. So more than likely by the end of the month, I was going to test it this week, but I was like, wait. We may jump on here and do a rando, which is go random, and do a Zoom type of thing. If so, I'll post it in the gold member section, so we can go. You know, that way we can get 30 and 40 people in the after party. It'd be off the hook. But we have everything in place to go Zoom right now. We just testing it. So without further delay, we about to go to the after party because we got to talk real raw and real stuff we can't really talk about or discuss or save due to YouTube's algorithm. And, you know, we about to go do that. So I thank you guys for watching. If you want to follow, you can follow everywhere here. Boom, bang, pow. And we about to get to it over on the after party. See y'all later. Stay safe. See y'all next week. Oh wait, yeah, that's where we got the sound effect for that right there. We do got the sound effect for that. Where is that at real quick? FBI, open up! All right, we out.